Today's live episode of America's RAD Cast is minutes away. So go sit on the toilet to hide from your family that hates you anyway, and enjoy whatever we could find from the last show that qualifies as best of segments. And to make it more enjoyable after you wipe, do a line off the seat. You do wipe, don't you?
At theradnetwork.com, we were talking earlier that Time has released their 100 most influential people in the world for this year, for 2026. And a lot of the names just jumped out at me. I'm like, why? And some are obvious. The Pope is obvious. The President is obvious. There were a few other people in the entertainment world that were obvious, but a few I'm like, why? Like Noah Wyle came up, and the actor, and he's got this hit show called The Pit. Huge show. I mean, it's just getting these massive ratings. It's a huge viral hit. But why does that make him influential? And I looked it up because I'm just obsessed over this stuff. And actually, I think you guys, Kyle and Jeff, you guys kind of nailed it. The way Time defends it is a body of work, which means they need to change the name of their stupid list. Because they were saying, well, he was in ER, and he was in this, and he was in that. And he's done all these wonderful things throughout. Well, okay, and now he's on the biggest show on TV. Okay, I don't know why that makes him influential. But this email's from Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Says, Rob, you have got to try The Pit. Noah Wyle writes some of the episodes. Each episode is an hour in the emergency room, and it's non-stop. It's not Grey's Anatomy garbage or ER where the doctors are all sleeping with each other. It's a real look at the world of an ER trauma center, and it's worth a watch. Like I said, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I just haven't checked it out. I see it all the time when I'm doing show prep and stuff. I know it's huge.
It's been on my list.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those, especially hearing that description. If it's that, like the original, the movie that changed action movies forever, Speed, where it's from the very beginning, the Keanu Reeves thing in 94, you're on the edge of your seat. If it's like that every hour, oh yeah.
It's not to me. I'm not getting any vibes off this. I don't think I would watch it because I can't stand watching people get injured or having a bunch of blood out or vomiting and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it's really intense. Yeah. Like, and I think that's probably what people like about it. But it's, for me, taking on a new show, like a commitment to go and start watching something means I have to have like some free time, which I'll let you know when we do. Yeah.
It's like that there's that who's that bitch Flo? There's a Progressive commercial where she's talking to a client about vacations, and the client is like, "Oh, you mean like when I do payroll for my employees?" No, like you actually take time off. Oh, you mean like when I sleep for 3 hours? No. And it's one of these great problems to have. Jeff's so right. You're like, oh, I want to add this show just for me. And you're like, first of all, like we're working so much, and then there's shows like in my case, I've got to watch certain things for the show. I'm like, but I want to watch this. Right. People look at you like, oh wow, you got some real problems, don't you? No, I don't. But I'm going to bitch about them. Let's do food news.
Food brings our people together, both in good times and in bad weather. Sharing a meal, sharing a laugh, raise a glass. It's a simple pleasure we all have. Food, oh glorious food, it nourishes my soul and mood. We're now serving food news.
Food news is news about food. It's Thursday, which means we have a Food Factor episode.
Yes.
At 10 a.m. Kyle will once again, he does it every Tuesday and Thursday, post at theradnetwork.com, a new Food Factor. So I know there's something in there about McDonald's. What can we look forward to without ruining what we're going to see?
Oh, okay. Well, how am I going to ruin? Do you want me to list off what I tried or?
Yeah, just you don't tell us your reaction because that's the whole point of watching.
All right, we'll go down the list. So I tried the new Derpy McFlurry from McDonald's. I went to McDonald's and Walmart. I went to the Derpy. Is that what it's called? Derple? I don't know. It's some cartoon character from Demon Hunters or whatever. I don't know. I don't watch this. I don't know much about it at all. All I know is that they're teaming up McDonald's, and there's a thing called a Derp or Derpy McFlurry. Yeah, thank you. Derpy.
DERPY. All
right, so I had it right. Yeah. So Derpy
That's
McFlurry.
K-pop demon.
But it comes with, it has the popping blueberry boba in it that we were discussing a few shows ago. And then it's got the berry swirl on it as well, like a drizzle. And then I'd also tried the seasoning fries. So they have the little seasoning packet, same promotion, same stupid show, the Demon Hunter show. You get this little packet you put on the fries. Try that out. And then There's the Arc Burger, which is very similar to the Big Mac. It's just a Big Mac on steroids with a sesame seed bun and a different sauce.
That's the one the CEO got dragged for because he did a social media post and he didn't know how to eat his own hamburger. He looked like an idiot eating that one.
It is big. I'll admit that. It's a good sized burger. It's worth your money. And then I went to the second most American place on planet Earth, Walmart. And I just tried to go look for what was new out there. So I found what we were discussing, the Oreos with the Reese's peanut butter inside, the cream. And then there was, the Girl Scout cookie Pop-Tarts. So I got the Thin Mint and the Samoa ones, which they call Caramel Delights now. So I tried the Pop-Tart collab as well. And then to top it off, the Cheetos pickle flavored. These ones are the hot Cheetos. I've done a few of them with the Cheetos doing the pickle flavor, the cheese version. But I found the hot Cheetos version with pickle, and I tried those as well.
That is a big edition of Kyle's Food Factor today, 10 a.m. at the radnetwork.com. We do it every Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, now to food news. Let's not focus overly on the motivation of why they're doing it. Chips Ahoy is launching 3 brand new flavors to commemorate the World Cup. Okay, go to hell. Soccer sucks.
Soccer.
So, I know. Just push that aside. We don't want to hate them just because it has to do with soccer.
They're an American company, right?
Of course they are. Yes.
Okay, just checking.
But the World Cup, you guys.
Caca.
The only thing I'm excited about the World Cup, which is what June 11th I think it starts, is that I get to make fun of soccer people for 6 straight weeks. God. So the 3 limit. Oh, very exciting. This gets worse before it gets potentially better. Not only do the limited edition packs of cookies boast these 3 new flavors, they also have the faces of notable soccer players, of which there are none. Nobody in America knows who these people are. They're putting Cristiano Ronaldo or whatever that guy's name is. Nobody
Cristiano
knows who these
Ronaldo.
People. Sure, whatever. I couldn't care less. I know he's one of the highest paid athletes ever. I know he's the most popular athlete in the world. I don't need to know his name. He plays soccer, and I'm an American. Quick check. Jeff, you're not a soccer guy, are you?
I like soccer. I'm not a big fan. I mean, like, I don't watch it or spend time, but we are working on some pretty good deals with Sac Republic coming here soon, so we might have to change.
No. Hold on.
You like the business of soccer?
I like that. Yeah, I like that part of it. But
A, that's the business of soccer. B, that's American soccer that, in the case of Sac Republic, is helping to rejuvenate Midtown Sac, especially with their new stadium, which is something that I'm a huge supporter of. After 25 years of living here, I have been from the beginning waving the Midtown flag, and I'm so glad to see all of that happening.
Yeah, me too.
And you have these amazing seats, and I'm even going to go to a Sac Republic game at some point.
That's gonna be fun.
That's different. First of all, look, I can watch something that I think is dumb and enjoy it. There's no hand-eye coordination in soccer. I don't think it's a sport. I'm okay with that. I can still watch and enjoy it. I'm not going to make fun of what's going on. I can have a good time. The company I'm with or whatever. The thing that drives me nuts with World Cup especially is that is it 4 years, 2 years? I don't even know anymore. We have to be told, all of America's enthralled. We're all playing soccer. No. Every year, it goes nowhere. That's all. I'm done with my rant. Back to the cookies. Here are your 3 brand new flavors that are inspired by international desserts. So there's the connection.
Oh,
okay. I'll put soccer out of your brain and just think cookie.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
How about chewy, chocolatey churro cookies?
Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Our
Each
friends
bite,
south of the
sugar
border.
spiced chocolate chip cookie that will remind you of the decadent taste of a churro. Okay. All right. So
sounds good.
How about Chips Ahoy chewy dulce de leche, soft and chewy with a sweet, rich, buttery caramel flavor that melts in your mouth?
Yeah, I'm all down for that. I love anything caramel. Ooh, a little chewy too, just like caramel itself. Perfect.
See, and this is the thing. For me, Chips Ahoy, I only like the chewy. I love the chewy. It's so good. But their third flavor is crunchy. But it's the American flavor. Chips Ahoy Crunchy, red, white, and blue candy blasts. These chocolate chip cookies feature red, white, and blue candy-coated fudge pieces.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try it. Who knows? That's a very vague description.
Sounds like they had 2 cookies that were from Mexico, and they were like, we got to do one American one. We got to do one pro-American.
Yeah, they're
cookie.
like, what Americans like? Oh, we don't know.
so lame. Basically, it's a chocolate chip cookie with fudge, but they make the fudge red, white, and blue. So America, they keep the America crowd going.
I like how they do like take the countries that really appreciate soccer and they give them the good flavors. Like the chewy churro one, our friends in Mexico, they love soccer. All right, so that's perfect fitting for them. And then dulce de leche, that sounds European. I'm guessing the Italians, I know they like soccer.
It's Latin American.
Oh, it is. Sorry.
And they love soccer. Look, the entire world loves soccer.
Except for
we're the exception.
Right.
It is by far the most popular sport in the world.
I know.
But they do Mexico, they do Latin America, and then they do this lame ass red, white, and blue fudge for America.
We get the scraps of the ideas of cookies. Lovely. Thanks, Chips Ahoy. Yeah. See where you're really caring about us. You're not.
News from the future. Chips Ahoy gets sold to a French company.
Probably.
I don't know why. So a food website I really like for both recipes and for food. No, that's wrong. For both recipes and for news is All Recipes, allrecipes.com. And they do this thing every now and then that drives me nuts. They go out and they get chefs, like actual chefs, chef owners, real chefs of real restaurants, if you're really into the restaurant scene. And they ask them about the stupidest shit, like this one that popped up today. We asked 3 chefs for their favorite fast food fried chicken sandwich.
Okay, well, there's like 3 options.
Well, now there's like 12. What you mean is there's 3 that are good, maybe. Because everybody, remember this whole thing is 12. Oh, everybody's got a fried chicken.
Yeah, I'm thinking Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and KFC. I don't know. Oh, Popeyes. Okay, maybe a 4.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Wendy's has one now.
Oh, of course they do.
Everybody does. I'm blanking on a few that
Carl's
I know that
Jr.
are out.
Has a good grilled chicken sandwich. He got doctored up the jalapeno burger and switched out for a chicken patty, but it is good.
Even though, KFC just came out with a new one. We talked about it here. It was called, they've had the snacker, but they brought it back. And I got it from my cousin, and it really is a snacker. It is small.
It's like a slider sized?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of. It's just like
So they go out and they get chefs. First of all, I don't know why you care what anyone thinks. It's just, do you like it? But they go out and they get chefs. These are like 5-star chefs, and they're trying the fried chicken. And by the way, way to get on this All Recipes like 4 years too late. The fried chicken thing, if they're here, they're still popular, but the explosion's over. Everybody's got them, and you've already picked your favorite. Okay. Well, here's what they say makes a good fried chicken sandwich, and then we'll tell you the winner. First of all, it should be built on a bun that adds to the experience. They all say a brioche bun is the winner. Okay.
All right.
And was that an anti-brioche grunt from Jeff?
It doesn't have to be brioche. It's whatever. It's fine. You don't have to brioche everything. I'm not a big fan of them. They're good. They're just not great.
See, I think used in the right, and this is the right setting. The right, no, not everything needs to be brioche. Of course not. But I think that's a good vessel for a fried chicken sandwich. Also, they say streamline the toppings. They're saying some places are putting on too many accoutrements. Pickles, mayonnaise, that's welcome. Let people do everything else. If you want to add more, you can. Okay. I don't know. That's a little strict.
Yeah, I need something spicy.
I like lettuce on my chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think McDonald's does that. I'm trying to remember. For some reason, the lettuce really works with the fried chicken sandwich.
And cheese. I need cheese on mine.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Oh, yeah. See, especially at Chick-fil-A, like they have the spicy chicken sandwich. I need it with pepper jack. They always ask, like, you want it with cheese or without cheese? I'm like, what kind of heathens get it without cheese? Apparently, you guys are the heathens.
Yes, right here. They do, of course, because they're chefs. They have to point out the next thing that you need to make the perfect fried chicken sandwich is an actual real piece of chicken as opposed to a processed patty. Okay. Thank you. And they say battered, not breaded. Battered with a liquid coating rather than a crumb coating. So those were their stipulations. They all agreed on that. Those were their stipulations to make the best fast food fried chicken sandwich. And the decision was unanimous. All 3 said it wasn't even close. Popeye's classic chicken sandwich was the winner, using the toasted brioche. The chicken is buttermilk battered, and it's marinated in Cajun spices. It's a good choice.
Oh, the Cajun spice. Yep, that's what does it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that was the chicken sandwich that came out that kind of started the buzz, the boom. I feel like when everyone was talking about Popeyes, and then everyone started coming out with their own version of it.
Yes, they're the Netflix of chicken sandwiches. They did it first, and then everybody else came along and tried to be Paramount and Peacock and Apple and all those other things.
America's RAD Cast. Only on the radnetwork.com.
Still working our way through food news, and we were talking about the best fried chicken sandwich out there from fast food. It's still Popeyes, according to 3 chefs in some dopey article. The original still wins, but one of the things they did was they said, well, the best chicken sandwich is going to have this, this, and this, and they said a brioche bun, and Kyle said, not everything has to be brioche. Fine, true. And Jeff said very little, and I knew what he was thinking, and it was confirmed during the break. I could hear him in my ear, and I'm glad he didn't say it, because it actually leads me into my next story, and I had to work in a commercial break. Jeff got in trouble-ish with Kyle during the grilled cheese conversation because Jeff likes sourdough bread.
Well, no, it's not that he likes sourdough bread. It's that he said it was okay with American cheese on it.
Right, but to make his grilled cheese sandwich is always sourdough, and then he's got American cheese on it, and you just had an issue with all of that.
Well, I don't like the fact because the flavor profile of American cheese and sourdough don't mash well. It's a strong, distinctive flavor bread where American cheese isn't super strong. It's a lighter, airier cheese, and they just don't know. No, you can't do that. You just can't.
I said that I liked pepper jack was my go-to.
Yeah, but you said American was okay.
American is okay. And
No,
I'm not
it's
a big
not.
cheddar guy.
It's not okay, Jeff.
But we'll see. I'm more with Jeff on this, and I use the American cheese as more of a consistency thing to add to the gooiness, but then a flavored cheese.
Okay, so
with it as well.
Okay, I understand. So if you're doing a sharp cheddar, and then you're adding in a layer of American cheese on that sourdough, that's fine for the consistency. But you can't just pull a sourdough and American cheese grilled cheese sandwich and think it's okay.
You never made the Kraft Singles ones when you were little?
No, I did. Yeah. I did. And that's why I don't think it's okay, because I've had it and it's not okay. That's why you have to use regular wheat or white bread with the American Kraft Singles. You can't just put that cheese on any type of bread. It has to be the ghetto, soft, regular sliced bread that you get in a bag. It can't be any sort of sourdough. It can't be a Jewish rye. It can't be a ciabatta. None of that crap.
I'm going to come to your bar and I'm going to order grilled cheese exactly.
That's fine.
How
You're going to get the ghetto one. You're not going to get sourdough. You're not going to get toasted sourdough. You're going to get the ghetto white bread with the American cheese on the kids menu with a side of fries, and you might get ketchup with it.
No, thank you.
You lost me by saying wheat was okay. No wheat. No.
Oh,
no,
it's
no,
delicious.
no
Honey wheat bread?
Oh, hell yeah. No. Gross.
Dip in tomato soup. Bomb.
No. Drown you in tomato soup.
Oh,
weirdo.
I would love it. That'd be a great death. Please. Jeez.
Now, I've talked about it, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me put up pictures. I have a sourdough bread hookup. A friend named Kim, who's also helped me out with my sobriety. So a lot of times when people are dealing with, they redirect their behaviors, and you get into, like with me, it's cooking. I make sure that I'm cooking a lot. And other things. Well, she's baking all the time. She loves making bread. And so she will make me a loaf of sourdough every weekend and bring it to my house. Wow. It's so great. Yeah. So I thought of myself and of Jeff when I saw this yesterday. Sourdough bread provides unique health perks and is far better for you than most breads that are out there. In fact, sourdough bread will help you with your blood sugar control. It improves your mineral absorption, support for gut health, and can help with high blood pressure.
I feel all that.
Nice.
It is made through a natural fermentation process that uses yeast and lactic acid bacteria. And during that process, proteins in the flour are broken down into smaller compounds called peptides. Hello, everybody's into peptides these days. There's sourdough. It has it already. It has a calming effect on the nervous system. It supports healthier blood pressure. Its process also causes a slower rise in blood sugar. Might explain why I can eat 18 handfuls of M&Ms at night lately. I don't know what is going on with me. I'm losing my mind with this chocolate obsession. But maybe it's the sourdough is allowing my body to do this. It also has different benefits than other breads. Conventional white bread, that's the ghetto bread that you're talking about.
Yes. Oh, it's good. Great
it
with
is
cinnamon
good.
and butter. Oh, yeah.
Has its place. But conventional white bread is made with refined flour and commercial yeast, meaning it lacks extended fermentation that gives sourdough its nutritional edge. Sourdough's natural acids help make nutrients such as magnesium, zinc, and iron, which we all need. And it's easier to digest. The slow fermentation breaks down the gluten and starch and makes it gentler on the gut and less likely to cause bloating. Sourdough for the win.
Yep, I agree with that 100%. I do feel better when I eat sourdough bread as opposed to other breads. It doesn't affect the stomach nearly as bad.
And I've never noticed it until that, and then you saying it. In that, I love sourdough bread, and of course, that's because you're from California in the Bay Area. I remember in the '90s, I went to New York for a radio trip, and some convention or whatever, like New York, Manhattan, and you're in Manhattan, you gotta go to a diner for breakfast. And you go to a diner and get whatever, bacon and eggs, and what kind of toast you want? I say sourdough, and she goes, sourdough? The hell's that? We don't have sourdough.
Really?
We have white and wheat. And rye, of course, Jewish.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sure
that was
they do.
again. That's mid '90s. I'm like, come on. Sheesh. But no, sourdough. So the reason I'm saying that is, I almost exclusively eat sourdough bread. Very rare. Like I would go to a Jewish rye to make a Reuben.
Oh yeah.
And yes, white bread has its place for certain types of grilled cheese. It's almost always sourdough, and it never makes me feel bloaty or those things. Those terrible things.
It is good. You can taste the benefit in the bread. That little hint of sour, like it's got to be good for your gut bacteria. It's very similar to. It doesn't taste like yogurt, but the same feeling. I'm correlating that. Like when I eat like some yogurt, I feel like my gut's a little healthier. Same thing with sourdough bread. If I eat a little bit, I don't feel gross. I feel pretty good.
There's also a hint of healthy vag that's in sourdough bread.
Yeah, that little sour, that little hint of vinegar almost.
See, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that notices these things. Next up, oh good, what is it? April, day after tax day, April 16th. We think we know Pepsi's 2026 holiday flavor.
Oh, is it good? I hope it's good. Oh man.
They didn't announce it, but it's leaked, and multiple sites have picked it up, claiming that the holiday Pepsi flavor for 2026, which will hit store shelves in mid-November, will be Pepsi Vanilla and Cream.
Okay, they have a Pepsi Vanilla. What, we adding cream to it? That's some lazy bull
No,
crap.
Anyway, they just to confirm, they have a Pepsi Vanilla?
Yeah, I used to drink it quite a bit as a child because Vanilla Coke, when it came out, was like the hot new thing. I think it was back in 2001 or 2002. And I loved it. It was my favorite for the time when it came out. And then Pepsi caught on, copied Coke, made a vanilla Pepsi, and it was delicious. I remember going on a road trip up to Oregon with my mom and getting that with some cotton candy Bubblicious and having a great time in the car. So
sounds like it's like more like a cream soda.
Oh, you think it'd be cream soda with vanilla? It sounds like they're just adding a little bit of cream flavor to something they already have. This doesn't seem like it's something new. It seems like a hashed up old idea that they're just recycling.
This is why I asked if we were sure that Pepsi had a vanilla, and I got the very concise, clear answer. Thank you. Because in the article, they say if this sounds familiar, you might be thinking of Coca-Cola's 2025 holiday flavor last year, creamy holiday vanilla. So now Pepsi has Pepsi Vanilla and Cream, and so some people, you're not doing that, but some people were confusing the two. If the rumors are correct, you'll see it in mid-November, and it's all we know because Pepsi didn't release it. They're not telling us the flavor profile. I think Jeff's onto it. I think it's like vanilla and cream, so it's like vanilla with some cream soda.
So it looks like Pepsi has a cherry vanilla.
No, that's Coke. Oh, they have that too. Okay,
Pepsi.
well, Coke has it too because Coke just came out with their cherry vanilla cream.
And Pepsi just came out with their prebiotic Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that
as
one.
well.
By the way,
that you tried, didn't you? You tried that.
Disgusting. Love you,
I was on a
Pepsi,
food
but
test.
not that one.
That one was a no-go.
Okay, well, here's the thing I'm hoping. I hope this isn't real. I really don't want just a basic bitch vanilla cream Pepsi version. I want them to come out with eggnog. I want eggnog flavored cola. Make it happen,
Yes.
Pepsi.
Well, look, if you can do Pepsi Vanilla and Cream, you could just do Pepsi Eggnog.
Yeah.
The flavor profile is not that far off.
You can make your own.
No, I don't want to make my own. I want Pepsi to do it for me, and I want to taste it next to the eggnog and compare. I don't want to do dirty
as
work.
we've been discussing, more and more consumers, especially younger ones, are ditching booze during their nights out on the town as the cultural shift is severely affecting many establishments' bottom line. Alcohol, of course, has a much higher profit margin than food, but the dry dining trend is in. This is what happens with each generation. They create new things. This is on the heels of reports that Gen Z and millennials are consuming far less alcohol than the generations before them. And it's not just that 54% of Americans, which is the lowest number in 90 years, say they drink alcohol. Take that out. That's a survey. They could be lying. The data backs it up. If you talk to restaurant owners, you talk to liquor store owners, you talk to bar owners, you just look at the data. Sales are plummeting, especially with people under 40. The move away from booze has business owners coming up with creative ways to replace alcohol, offering mocktails, alcohol-free cocktails, and TikTok users have started to push to see restaurants offering healthier alternatives like prebiotic sodas.
Now, here's the thing. You think it's because like the younger generation hasn't gone through anything too catastrophic? I mean, COVID, but do they really have life problems where they need to drink? Everybody's just so happy-go-lucky. Maybe something depressing has happened. We need World War III to kick in so they all get depressed and need to start drinking more.
Well, I would suggest, first of all, you need to hang out with more Gen Zers. They are not happy-go-lucky at all. They're like all of us are between 18 and 29. They do need an escape, and they're finding it. I am so tired of having to do this every few years. At this point, I'm only doing this career because I love it. But it's the same shit. It just gets recycled all the time. Yeah, they're not drinking. Guess what? They're finding it. This is the old Dennis Miller bit. You can take everything away from us, and eventually we'll just spin around in a circle on a baseball bat until we get all high and dizzy. Because Gen Zers, while alcohol use is way down among 18 to 34-year-olds, that gets us a little bit into the millennials, it's dropped significantly since 2010. It's been a consistent thing for the last 14 years. They're rethinking alcohol for a mix of reasons. Wellness trends, changing social norms, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. They're not rethinking anything because they're all turning to other habits while they're sipping fewer cocktails. Guess what's back in? Nicotine. They're going to nicotine.
Oh my God, the Zins. Everybody at the bar who's a younger generation, you're right, because I see that prevalently. Every time like I see a Gen Z come in, they have a Zin pack now. And it's like the healthy alternative to nicotine. Either that or they got the douche flute where they're vaping like a son of a bitch.
And this is what drives me nuts about the way this is reported, the way we consume it. Oh, those Gen Zers, they're so aware. They're so healthy. No, they're like all of us. They're finding a way to escape. Marijuana use is rising. Yeah. The highest reported use of nicotine products of any group, Gen Zers, which includes all forms of nicotine use. Kyle mentioned a few of them. Vaping, e-cigarettes, traditional cigarettes, and products like chewing tobacco are through the roof for Gen Zers.
All right.
They don't drink.
That's fine. Tobacco. They will. Give them 10 years.
Probably. E-cigarettes are the most used tobacco product amongst young people in the U.S. Half of young users are vaping daily, including all the way down to middle and high school students. Right. Yeah. Like smoking and drinking. Back when in the dark ages, that's all we had. We had alcohol, we had cigarettes. We didn't have any of this vaping stuff. Marijuana wasn't legal anywhere. It wasn't accepted anywhere. That's what it was. And yeah, as early as middle school, you start drinking, you start smoking. They're doing it again. We're always doing it. Cannabis products, including THC drinks and edibles, are being heavily consumed by those aged 18 to 25. Because, here we go again, many see it as a healthier way to unwind.
Yeah, you're not destroying your lungs, but, I mean, you start eating some of those gummies and you get the munchies, and then you're eating all goddamn day. That's not healthy for you either.
Right. Now, you're not destroying your lungs if you're doing, like, the THC drinks and the edibles. If you're vaping, you still have risks to your lung, and all of it has risks to your brain. You're putting a chemical in to alter how you feel. Of course it has an effect on your brain. That's why you're doing it. You don't want your brain to keep telling you what it's telling you. From the American Lung Association, Sarah Butson. Oh, that's an unfortunate
Oh, she didn't have a fun time in high school. Or did
now,
she?
Remember, could be a married name. Now, remember, she works for the Lung Association, so she's biased. She says, quote, "Smoking cigarettes is the most harmful legal activity that you can do." Well, that's a little overstated. Yeah. Isn't driving the most harmful legal activity we can do?
Yeah, 1 in 5,000 getting in an accident.
She says it's a product that, I mean, she's right. It's a product that kills 1 in 2 when intended. When used as intended, compare that product. Most things are less harmful. Okay, well, that's what the Lung Association is going to tell you. But either way, the point is, no, they're not escaping. No generation is not escaping. We're all escaping. We just have different ways of doing it. And so Gen Zers, they're drinking less. And this is why I actually, they mentioned a lot of restaurants are trying to like roll out mocktails and be able to do the prebiotic sodas or whatever. But a lot of them are trying to figure out, should we have vaping rooms? Should we have a way that they can like, we used to have smoking sections back in the day. can you have vaping sections or vaping rooms where you can enjoy your meal while you vape and not bother other people? Because people are bothered by the vapes because they see it, right? The visual.
Yeah, you don't really smell them too much.
No, but it's that visual thing that gets people. And so they have to be judgy and stuff. But in the end, they're trying to figure out, well, how do we cater to this group that want to vape and they don't want to drink and that kind of thing? Because you still got to make the money, and the young ones are going out and they don't want to drink. So, all right, here, vape and have a steak. Oh, wait, you don't want a steak because you're trying to be healthy, except you're not. It's all just such crap. They're still finding a way to escape because we all need to. And it's like, the ones that say, well, I escape in a healthy way. I run. I get the runner's high. And then you get all the statistics about people that are 55 and they're running 5 miles a day and they have heart attacks.
Yep.
Come on.
Are you allowed to vape? Rob, maybe you know this. I think you enjoy a cigar sometimes, but are you allowed to vape inside like cigar rooms? Like if you go, do people do that, or is it just tobacco?
Oh, you better get shamed and kick the hell out.
Probably, I would think you probably would.
I'd be so mad. I'd be like, you do not belong. Get the hell out of here.
Only on the RADnetwork.com. Come back to America's RAD Cast. It's Rob, Kyle, sometimes this guy named Jeff, and whoever is desperate enough to join them. Call the show at 888-587-5355. And remember, you can watch or listen to everything anytime at the RADnetwork.com.
We got this email into the RADcast at the RADnetwork.com. It's actually RADcast at the RADnetwork.com. We're talking about showering again and how long you should shower and the order of showering and do you have to shower every day. But then we got into this thing of how long you should shower. And everybody, the medical professionals, dermatologists, 5 minutes. But sometimes you want to go longer. And so we got this email from Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Who says, I literally had to buy a shower clock because I will zone out in the shower for 20 minutes. It's better now. I'm down to 10 minutes.
Dude, how do you drive? Do you zone out in the car and miss your exit every day?
Some of those people do, yeah.
You know he does. I need a shower clock. You probably need somebody in the car with you being like, dude, turn right.
I've never heard of a shower clock. So is it just a clock that he watches, or does it have an alarm on it that says, all right, 10 minutes, you got to get out?
Probably the clocks that we have. You know, those timer clocks that we it counts down 10 minutes. Okay. 30 seconds left.
Okay, so we were doing food news, and we're talking about at the end there how Gen Z is drinking less alcohol, but they're going to vaping, et cetera. And so this kind of dovetails into all of it, bringing it together. A little bit more of health news for people that are they hate needles, which I hated needles.
Yeah, I can't stand
I was
them.
so afraid of needles, and then I got over it.
So I can never do heroin. Nope, not putting a needle in my arm.
Yeah, I don't think I'm at the point where I could self-inject myself. But
nope.
But so are you? Are you still like? I'm not. There's a difference between I was really bad. What was I? 19. I was 19, and my girlfriend at the time, she got her belly button pierced, and I was there with her. I'm holding her hand. I passed out.
Oh, damn!
It's not even me, right? Just watching it.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I hated, if you had to take my blood for a physical order, I hated it.
I got lightheaded last time I did that. I had to go in for a physical, and they took my blood, and I felt the prick, and I looked away, and then all of a sudden I got lightheaded as a motherfucker, and I felt like I was going to die. And then they had to give me water and ice packs because I told them I was going to faint.
I don't like watching the blood leave. That's all. I can take the needle. I just kind of turn my head, and then I just don't like it leaving my body.
Feel it. I get sweats instantly, and I feel nauseous. Oh, it's the worst.
So yeah, I mean one of the tricks. Yeah, I don't watch the needle go in. I don't need to see the blood leaving my body. But other than that, because I used to be all that. I used to get the lightheaded thing and feel sick. I always thought it was because when I was in high school and I was playing baseball, I had my knees were bad, and so they gave me cortisone shots right into your knee. This big horse needle.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Ouch.
medieval. It's awful. It's
Yeah,
awful,
in the
especially when
knees?
you're
Holy
17.
crap.
I don't know if that's where it came from. That's what I thought it was. And then literally, no joke. So my wife Christina went with me early on in our relationship. I had to, for my physical, I had to get blood. She knew it, so she went with me. And she held my hand and she looked me in the eye and she said, "You got this," or whatever, something like that. And ever since then, I've never been afraid of needles, with or without her. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what happened in that moment.
Some blessing.
But now, I
juju.
mean, hey,
That's a good fear to get over too.
yeah. I mean, I'm not running out, asking people to put a needle in me, but I'm not.
Right.
When I get my so for a while there, when I was getting sober, I got tested like every other week. They would test your blood because they want to count the bilirubins, make sure your liver hasn't disintegrated, which mine somehow didn't. But I wasn't. It's like the only pain in the ass was, I got to get up and go do this. That's it. But I wasn't worried about the needle. But if you are still, a virologist named Chris Buck says he has created a new way to deliver antigens into your body. We don't need to stick you with a needle, he says.
Oh.
And these aren't just immunizations for kids or the common flu shots. It's specifically for what they call polyomaviruses.
Oh, that's a fun word.
Point being, if they could perfect it with this, they can perfect it for other things. These are small viruses that cause asymptomatic infections in most people, but can lead to various very serious health issues in people with weakened immune systems. That's what a polyomavirus is. Technically, the inspiration wasn't people who are scared of needles. It's because researchers haven't developed an injectable vaccine for a lot of these viruses, these polyomaviruses things. So Chris believes it could be made available to sick people faster if he found a way differently, because they haven't figured out how to inject this thing. Either way, it would work for people who don't like needles if they can perfect it across all of the spectrums. It's getting pushback from experts. He's been testing it on mice.
Oh.
He's tested it on himself. He
Okay.
tested it on his brother.
Excellent.
Hasn't been any wide-ranging testing. I mean, we're years away from this. You got to go through the whole process, etc. But he has created an experimental vaccine beer.
Oh, I'm down with this. Oh, as long as it tastes good.
He's using engineered yeast to deliver the antigens to your body. Requires a lot more clinical testing, but that's why you got to use the beer. So the kids, this won't work for. But the rest of us, you can use the yeast. I mean, I don't know. Can they do non-alcoholic? I don't know how this all
Can
works.
they do sourdough bread?
Oh, there we go.
It's being deployed because it's being deployed in a food. Some experts say it doesn't face the same, since it doesn't face the same regulatory oversight and injectable medications, that the food could the fact that it's not being just injected directly. You've got this beer, you've got this yeast. Will it still make the virus or whatever that you're injecting as reliable? But again, just between his brother and a few mice, he's saying it's working so far. But it's a step towards maybe no more injections, no more needles.
That's
Get the Star Trek thing, right, where they just go, they just push on you with something that's soft, and it goes into your bloodstream, and no more poking at us.
That's gonna be a fun job. What'd you do today? I fed mice beer.
America's RADcast, only on the radnetwork.com.
We got this email into radcast at the radnetwork.com. We were talking about food and sweets, and I brought up this M&M's thing that I'm going through lately. This email is from Bill.
Hi, Bill.
He says, hey, Rob, talking about your 18 handfuls of M&M's, which is only a slight exaggeration, and chocolate in general, is this part of your body wanting sugar since you stopped drinking? Well, that's how it all started. This is the weird thing, Bill, is that's where it started. Your body needs a sugar replacement system, basically, because that's what alcohol is, right? It's filled with sugar. And so I was eating a lot of like Starburst. I'm more Starburst, Skittles kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
Not so much chocolate. But I have been upset. This is no joke. This is my
I was
jar
wondering what that is. I saw you
of
bring it
peanut
in.
M&Ms. And I have a jar the exact same size of plain M&Ms, and I will just sit on the sofa and I will just eat these things way too much lately. I don't know what is going on.
Are those
Specifically with
are they
M&Ms.
regular or peanut?
These are peanuts.
Yeah.
I got regular,
Okay.
plain, as well. Same size jar.
Peanuts M&Ms to me are definitely I can't stop.
I don't touch those ones. Hell no. I gotta have the peanut butter, the classic, or those new caramel ones.
So I don't know what it is, Bill. Because I'm 4 months sober, completely sober. 9 months. The 5 months before that was that controlled sobriety thing that my counselor was working with me on. She's she's a specialist. A substance abuse specialist. where we're working on like, okay, go this many days, don't drink, then have a drink, this many days. I shouldn't be still replacing sugar. And especially to the level I am all this stuff. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I have my period endlessly. I'm not sure what's going on. But I was going to grab this damn thing, this jar of M&Ms, whether you wrote in or not. So it all worked out well. We've been talking about AI a lot recently, and the goods and the bads of it. And we had the study that said people that in business that are embracing AI, they're pulling away from the pack. They're saying, look, AI's here. I got to go that direction. They're making more money. They're doing better. They're streamlining. And then you've got the doubters, and you've got the ones that are refusing. The doubters are still savable. The doubters are the ones you can go to and go, look, okay, maybe you don't like the fact that it might be affecting your job or whatever, but look at what AI is doing in medicine. There's all sorts of things where you can point to the positives. The other ones, they're just like, AI is going to kill us all. Okay. So we've been going through various AI stories, and this one popped up for me the other day. It said 1/3 of teens already prefer AI companions over humans for serious conversations, according to a brand new survey.
The physical touch. You don't get physical touch with AI. Come on. There's nothing better than touching. Okay. God damn it.
Well, I mean, if you take what they said literally, they prefer AI companions over humans for serious conversations. Whether or not, I mean, I don't disagree with your logical end to this. Does it lead to then you're never going to be around a human or you're not being around humans? And what about the touch? But for serious conversations, the thing that the way it was the point of the way they presented the study was that the younger people under 30 are much more open to AI than, which is normal, right? Younger people are always more open to advancements.
Right. Yeah, you grow up with it. Yeah.
I think there's always.
Is there a danger? Yes, there is a danger of going too far into this. Where AI replaces humans. Sure. In fact, there's this thing called social offloading. Heard of this?
Nope.
This is using AI to outsource interpersonal communication, emotional labor, and social decision making. So you go to AI for things like you turn to AI for companionship or to manage feelings. Some surveys indicate that 3/4 of all teens have used AI for these purposes, and many are finding it as satisfying as human interaction.
So is that like you're responding to your friend's text with a bot kind of thing, like an automated something? Is that
not yet? Okay. That's next up. This is okay. So there's a positive side to this one as well, and we've talked about it on the show in various forms. There's some AI therapy tools that are out there that are pretty amazing. Like you can talk to AI about things you don't really want to talk to a human about. Maybe you don't have good health insurance. Maybe you can't afford therapy. If you go to an AI therapy tool and you start typing in some of the things that are bothering you and things like that, you actually get some pretty good feedback. They're saying in this one, they're going to AI for emotional support. Just AI, maybe just Chat GPT. Hey, Chat, I'm having a really bad day. I called my buddy. He didn't call me back. And made me feel lonely, and then Chat will make them feel better, kind of thing.
Well, I can see it working because Chat or AI itself probably takes out the emotional side, as where a human is going to get emotional when you're trying to talk to them about certain situations. They're going to use their own life preferences and views and put that on you if you're looking for advice, where AI probably isn't. They're going to be a little more logical and probably find you a better answer.
Right, and like you said, unbiased. They don't have a predisposed experience. Like all men suck. And so when you're telling me that your boyfriend's doing this, I'm going to tell you, as a human would, yeah. What do you expect? You're dating a guy. AI doesn't have that.
Okay, that's actually kind of a smart idea.
So does that mean coming soon, people are going to be breaking up with people because their AI emotional support bot told them to?
Probably.
Right? Yep.
If they already aren't doing it.
Well, I would say we're right in the middle. We're in the middle because 41%, almost half of Gen Zers, 18 to 29-year-olds, are using AI to help them end relationships.
There we go. Boom.
Nearly half of 18 to 29-year-olds say they've turned to AI tools to write breakup texts, apologies, or manage relationship conflict.
All right.
A third are using AI to get direct dating advice. Half are turning to AI to help writing apologies. 30% said dating became simpler with AI.
Whoa.
And it boosted their confidence, with more than half reporting better conversations when using AI.
Okay. Okay.
So this is where we get closer to not yet your AI is telling you to break up with somebody. This is you go to AI before you send a text message to somebody, and you kind of ask for some advice, sort of thing. Which brings us to third-party AI services like Your Move AI and Riz AI. They have 500,000 users, and they market themselves as dating co-pilots, offering help with everything from flirty openers to awkward conversations.
Okay, so if you can't think of it on your own, that's a good tool. Until you get to the actual date, and then you have to pull out your AI to be like, "What do I say now?"
Well, I think this kind of feeds into my theory that these demos or these type of people have always existed. You know, as far as people used to look up how to pick up chicks. You know, they used to look up, buy books like how to meet meet singles. These people who sit in their parents' basement, that's what we used to call them, right? The video gamers and the people that would, these
nerds,
are people
dorks
that are using these tools to hopefully benefit
losers.
their socials. Thanks, Kyle.
Okay, there's yes, all of that, but also, is it that much different if they're going to AI for help with flirty openers and awkward conversations? Is it that much different than you just haven't had a lot of luck with women, but you've got a buddy who has, and you go to your friend?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, I notice you get chicks all the time. What do you say to them? Instead of that, though, because it might be embarrassing or you don't have a Rob in your life, you go to AI. Is it that different?
No, and I think it's probably even better, like you said, because they are taking out that bias, right? You're not going to get that response like, oh, that all men suck and you should just avoid this altogether. Like some personal feelings get put into it when you're asking a friend. So, yeah, I think that it could be really beneficial.
Okay, so I did a little experiment. Riz promises, oh no, this is Your Move AI. They have 300,000 users. They promise to put your texting on cruise control, $15 a month, and it'll generate text messages in seconds. It'll rewrite your bio. It'll boost your photos. It'll critique your dating profiles, and it will offer personalized responses that are sure to impress your crush. So depending on where you are in that process, you can have them build your dating profile, et cetera, but then you can use them for how you interact with somebody.
All right, I don't like this one. No, because you're basically catfishing somebody at that point. You're making the AI boost you up into this image of who you're not, because when it gets to the actual date and you start dating that person, they're going to see all the traits that you do have and see that you're awkward and you really don't know what to do.
I hadn't thought about that angle. That's an interesting point, because initially I was still under the guise of, all right, it makes it a little easier to communicate. But you're right. So somebody in there said they build their confidence. The idea is maybe AI makes you feel better and gets you less awkward when you finally meet them. I don't know.
It'll get you a few nudie pics sent, but that's about it.
I suppose that would depend on what you prompt AI to do.
Right.
So that's what I tried to do this morning when I saw this story. I went, okay, what would a Gen Z dude, if I was Gen Z Rob, what would I ask? And I just used chat. I didn't go to one of these stupid sites. And I tried to be broad, but kind of like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I wrote, I met a girl via an online dating site. She's 28 and she's just my type. She seems fun, flirty, and also driven to be successful. I need help chatting her up. That's all I put. Here's what chat said. You don't need lines, you need momentum. Right now, she's interested enough to match and engage, because I met her online, right?
Yeah.
So your job is to keep things fun, slightly intriguing, and progressively more personal without overdoing it. Here's how to approach it. And they gave me 7 tips.
Okay.
Don't interview her, play with her. A lot of guys kill the vibe by going rapid fire. Instead, mix questions with personality. So instead of saying, what do you do for work? Try this. All right, serious question. Are you one of those loves their job people, or are you plotting your escape daily like the rest of us?
Not bad. Gets her to think.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad.
Okay, not bad. Use light teasing. Flirty teasing creates chemistry fast if it's gentle and playful, like, quote, you seem like trouble. I can't tell if that's a good thing yet.
Yep. Oh.
Okay.
Gives herself doubt. Is she trouble or is she not? Oh, her mind's racing again.
So far, so good?
Yep.
Yeah. At this point, she has to prove whether she's trouble or not. Yeah.
Oh, and that sounds fun. Oh, I want her to get in trouble. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good line. Because it leaves it wide open to her. Now, of course, what if she's using AI right back?
It definitely is happening.
Well, then you have to type that into AI. What do you say to this question?
That's when they go to the
Next
bathroom.
tip, reward what you like about her. They say, chat said, don't go overboard, but when she shows something that you're into, acknowledge it. So like she says something that I'm into, so I acknowledge it. I would say, I like that you actually have goals. That's rare. Okay. Yeah, everybody's a loser. You're not. All right. Because what did I write? She's driven. Yeah, she's driven to be successful. Well, I like that because nobody else is. Move towards a vibe, not just a conversation. For example, right? What's your this is progressive, right? Everything's going along. What's your ideal way to spend a Saturday if everything goes right? Be honest. Why am I calling her a liar? I hate people to say that. Be honest. You're implying that they're not honest. Anyway, sorry. Be honest. Are you more stay in and vibe or let's go out and cause problems? Oh, same thing. Open to. Wait, what she see now? If she's on it, she says, "Well, why can't we stay in and cause problems?"
Yeah. Oh, it's on right there. Come over, Netflix and chill ASAP.
Eventually, so chat then goes to, don't linger forever. Pivot to a meeting. This is the shoot your shot thing, right? Mm-hmm. You're actually pretty fun to talk to. We should grab a drink this week and see if you're this interesting in person. Now, that's where the guy that Kyle went to is going to be like, oh, my God, I can't type that. Oh, my God, I'm not ready. But AI's right. I mean, at some point, this has to progress. Also, just general tips. Don't reply instantly every time, but don't disappear for days either.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
to
something Kyle said. Now, this is just chat. This is not a AI-designed dating thing. This is just Chat GPT. At the very end, to something Kyle said, chat says to me, if you want, paste what she's already said to you, and I'll craft a reply in real time so it feels natural instead of scripted.
Oh, it's dirty pool right there. You're playing dirty pool.
You could just record it. Yeah, you could just record it, too. Send it right to him.
Right. And I do love the idea that you're both using it. And
then you both meet up together and you're like, oh, we have nothing in common. Oh, we're both awkward.
Well, you have one thing in common, AI. So you can bond over how awkward you are and how much you hate interacting with people, and maybe you can find a love connection over that. But you would have to talk to AI first. Because you're so right, Kyle. What are you going to do? You're going to have AI with you when you actually meet this person?
Nope. You got to sneak off to the bathroom, and that's weird. That's suspicious.
What, at every comment she makes? Excuse me, I've got a stomach bug.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm like, why are you going to the bathroom all the time? What, you got a Coke problem? Shit.
America's RAD Cast continues next, only on the radnetwork.com.
We got this email into radcast at the radnetwork.com as my giant jar M&M's sits at my feet, and I've been eating my peanut M&M's by the handful during breaks. I don't know what the hell is going on. This one is from Allison.
Hi, Allison.
Says, hey, Rob, do you take magnesium supplements? I crave chocolate a ton, then I started taking magnesium every day, and my chocolate cravings diminished significantly. Maybe give it a try and see if that helps. Yes. I started taking it 9 months ago when I cut back on and then ultimately eliminated alcohol for that reason. Was it would stop my cravings of sugar, because, again, your body naturally wants more sugar because you're not giving it the 35 years of alcohol you've been giving it, and that's all sugar. I take 400 milligrams of magnesium every morning.
Wow.
And for 9 months.
Yeah. Wow, it helps you sleep better, too.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, too.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to. All I know is it's not. I'm not only am I eating all these damn M&Ms, I'm eating like last night, I ate a great dinner, steak, a grilled steak, grilled onions, something else in there, and then I ate a whole pint of birthday cake ice cream.
Attaboy. Well,
Jesus Christ!
You know, it's better than killing a pint of vodka. So you know what? Good for you.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I'm
proud of you. I love hearing that you're going to sweets.
Yes, if I have to choose, obviously, that's far better. I'd like to do it a little bit more in moderation, but whatever. For now, you're exactly right. I don't even give it a thought. I mean, it's kind of I embrace it playfully. Yeah. I tell people, yeah, well, I just ate a whole pint of ice cream. It's like, because, hey, if this is the cause and effect, fine, I'm good with that.
It's not like you're diabetic and fat either, you know? You can do that.
I'm not fat. I might be diabetic. We'll find out in my next blood test. Speaking of food, just in general, just a few minutes from now on the radnetwork.com, it's Thursday, so that means we got Kyle's Food Factor.
Oh, that's right.
New McDonald's, the Derpy McFlurry, which has something to do with Dragon Demon Fighter, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, it's a kid's TV show, but they have boba in it.
And then the bigger version of the Big Mac, the Arch Burger, the one that the CEO got teased for not knowing how to eat on social media. Cheetos pickles or Cheetos pickle flavor. Yeah. Those are the hot Cheetos, though, right?
Hot Cheetos pickle. Yep.
From Walmart, he found the Oreo Reese's peanut butter collab, the Girl Scout cookie Pop Tarts, and the caramel coconut Samoa flavor, and the Thin Mint one. Wow. Yep. So you had. Those are the Girl Scout ones. You had both of them. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, they don't sell them at anything smaller than a 16-pack. So I have 30 packs of Pop Tarts right now. Just heads up, if anybody wants Pop Tarts, let me know.
Is that a Walmart thing? Do they literally not sell them smaller anywhere?
They had the normal flavors like strawberry, blueberry, and the chocolate one were all in the 8-pack. And then the Girl Scout ones were only 16-pack. I'm like, son of a bitch. What am I going to do with goddamn 15 extra packs of each flavor in my house? I'm just, no. I'll probably bring them here. If Jeff and the other person here want to snack on them, it'd be great.
The other person.
She's gone from the female voice in the background that none of you have heard, which I referenced the other day, to now the other person here.
The no-named person, yes.
That's the Midtown studio. We have this, yes. Now it's no-named person. Mm-hmm. Although I did already identify her as female, which I should have asked. Does she identify as a female?
Yes. I hope so.
Okay. All right. With that, we also got this email into radcast at theradnetwork.com. So with Food Factor, sometimes it's what's out there, what's new, which is what Kyle did for today's. Sometimes it's something that we bring up that's gone viral. And the always classic, weird, gross, crazy food combinations, which is a never-ending topic on the show. And can derail an entire show because people start writing in with theirs. This is just random. It's from Richard.
Hi, Richard.
I have an idea for Kyle's Food Factor.
Oh boy.
Canned pears.
Oh.
He doesn't explain this at all. I don't know if he eats it. I don't know where this comes from. He just says this is it. You take canned pears, topped with mayo, and shredded sharp cheddar cheese. It's the best.
Okay, it's probably one of those weird combos that does work. I don't know about the mayo.
Is that like peaches and cream? Like, I know that's popular, but...
Well, these are pears.
No. Pears. Sorry. There you go.
Cheesy
canned pear.
Mayo. Oh.
But is it an alternative take to peaches and cream that's like because it's mayo and shredded sharp cheddar cheese?
I'm going to be really upset if it works because it sounds disgusting. It sounds like something you're going to barf up instantly. I don't know.
You may take the challenge?
I'll take it. You know what? I need some ideas anyways. What is it? Pear, mayo, and cheese?
Based on what I've seen you eat, I don't think it's that big of a stretch.
No, I did anchovies on donuts, and it was disgusting. This can't be any worse.
It's from Richard, so give him credit. Thanks a lot, Dick. It's canned pears topped with mayo and shredded sharp cheddar cheese.
All right, simple enough.
That will not be on today's Food Factor, but maybe a future one. Today's Food Factor airs in mere moments. It'll be dropping at 10 a.m. On theradnetwork.com. We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, and I'm going home. Talking poo is where I draw the line. Go on and go home, you fat chicken.
That was from our most recent episode. Today's Live America's RADcast is coming up on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Barry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. M-A-P, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. If you've never heard of microseal, let me tell you what it isn't. It is not a really small marine mammal. Get it? A microseal? Oh, fine. Just ask AI. AI describes microseal this way, with a bunch of AI words. Microseal is a premium, eco-friendly, and biodegradable fabric protection spray that penetrates deep into fibers to provide permanent stain, soil, and sun fade resistance for rugs, furniture, and delicate fabrics. It uses nanotechno blah blah blah, and blue 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 blue. What AI is trying to say is that microseal is non-toxic, non-allergenic, safe for pets and children, and, although AI doesn't say this, it should, you need to contact a longtime maggot Joel from AdvantageSteam.com right now to get him to apply microseal for you. You can even make appointments online at AdvantageSteam.com. We've had microseal for years at Williams Manor, and it treats a lot more than carpets. Microseal protects virtually all fibrous materials, including wool, cotton, silk, suede, leather, and synthetic fabrics. It protects upholstery, carpets, rugs, draperies, and clothing, including wedding dresses. And ladies, you're going to need what? 3 or 4 of those in your lifetime. And it protects against stains, moisture, and UV degradation without changing the texture. Also, if you're an interior designer, Joel has a special program just for you, and all you have to do is say the password, which is what? What? There's no password, I guess. Never mind. Whoever you are, contact Joel at AdvantageSteam.com. And if you're an interior designer, tell him, I guess. I don't know. That's AdvantageSteam.com, where you'll learn more about microseal and everything else that Joel offers. At AdvantageSteam.com, that's AdvantageSteam.com, AdvantageSteam.com.
Remember, life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. We're here to help. And now, back to the RAD Network's presentation of America's RADcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rob.
Hey, Rob, I notice you get chicks all the time. What do you say to them? Instead of that, though, because it might be embarrassing or you don't have a Rob in your life, you go to AI.
Kyle.
So I have 30 packs of Pop-Tarts right now. Just heads up, if anybody wants Pop-Tarts, let me know.
America's RADcast.
Well, I'll tell you what, this hoary moose really gets around. Literally breaking right now. Iran first declared that the Strait of Hormuz is completely open, so legs are spread. Come on in.
Oh, okay.
And President Trump just confirmed as well that the hoary moose is open for. By the way, why do we know that this moose is straight? Why are we assigning sexual preference to this
It
moose
did have a
whore?
bend to it. It's not really that straight.
Oh, it bends. Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes both ways.
That's a good
easily.
moose.
Sorry, I'm looking at the map on the big TV. So, anyways, the Hormuz is open, and this is part of a 10-day ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. I don't want to get too far into it; it's boring for most people. But this was announced yesterday, and it's like, okay, is it really going to hold for 10 days? In Israel, they waited till the last second, like 30 seconds before the ceasefire went into effect. They said, "Hey, Lebanon, your bridge is gone." But now, so far, the ceasefire is holding, although there's a standoff in Lebanon that could threaten this. So, whatever. There's your big update. And President Trump is talking about flying to Pakistan to help finish off the peace deal. Okay, there's that. For some reason, this show, for decades, we will get on a subject, and it's a coincidence. I'm not claiming the entire world is listening and then responding, but we get stuck on a subject, and then suddenly more and more surveys, polls, or news come out about what we've been talking about, and tell us why. So earlier this week, it was National Laundry Day. Had us talking about chores. Eventually got us into showering. We were talking about showering yesterday. Are you doing it right? What's your routine? How often should you shower? Dermatologists say they're the only ones that say do it every 2 to 3 days because showering every day is bad for your skin. Nobody could really make a case why you shouldn't shower every day, but nobody made a case for why you should, unless A, it makes you feel better, B, you're covered in vomit, puke, dirt, or sewage, whatever, every day. Do whatever you want, basically. So then I wake up this morning and there's an online poll that has gone viral. Oh, it's nothing we touched on. So we went through the routine. Do you start with your shampoo and your hair and then your body? Or Jeff, you start in a weird place on your arm or something?
I start with soap, yeah, and I start here, yeah, here. Go
Doesn't
down.
start with their head.
No.
I mean,
Yeah, I go head in first. I walk my face right into that hot water, and then I get my hair wet.
Well, I mean, get my hair wet. I mean, I get under the shower, but when I start washing, that's where I start.
So I got the impression, just mainly based on our hand signals, that we were all using our hands when we're washing.
Yeah.
So a woman went viral yesterday by saying that my husband thinks it's crazy that I use a washcloth to clean my body in the shower. He thinks I should either use a loofah or my hands.
Yeah.
What is this, an either-or thing?
How dirty is that washcloth? I mean, is she using it every day, and does it stale when your shower's not running, and it's gonna break off?
Washcloths are pretty common, but yeah, same. Well, it's the same thing. It's you have to replace it every day, so you just have to have
Every
a stack
day.
of washcloths that are available.
Yeah,
so
and
it's a little bit more work.
ironically, again, the whole world is listening. Steve Harvey last night on Family Feud did a bit about you using a washcloth to shower with. And not only do you have to replace it every day, but the last thing you wash then are your genitals. Because once the washcloth has hit that, you don't want to put it on the rest of your body. Whatever. Right. But yeah, you would have to replace the washcloth every day. Otherwise, it gets crusty and gross.
Yeah, they're gross. Yeah, you got to get them all wet, and you're thinking, oh, is this really sanitary? Probably not.
Well, and why do we think these loofahs are sanitary, though? They hang in there for months.
But they get air. They have holes in them, so that they can air dry a little
I
better.
think they're a little bit more self-cleaning. I'm hoping.
Yeah, they have room to breathe.
But I'm a bar soap kind of guy still.
Oh, yuck. Ew.
No?
Do you share the bar soap? You get in
technically
the
not.
hair. Ew. I do love that we all leap to the conclusion, well, there's holes in it. It's aerated, so the loofah is more clean. I don't know. I have no idea. but that was his take. Was the husband said it should either be a loofah or your hands. So 3,500 people weighed in an online poll. Half of them said they wash themselves with their hands, and then 31% said a loofah. 17% said a washcloth. Yeah, okay, fine.
I have a loofah. I bust it out when I need to scrub. So say like my arms sometimes get like little red bumps on them, and I can squeeze them out. They're like little small zits, but it happens once in a while. And I'll take the loofah and I'll scrub the shit out of my arms sometimes just to make sure I get everything out.
See, because it's a rarity, what I would do then what I do then is I just grab a good abrasive washcloth. You know, not like the what are these hot things, right? The like shop rags that are nice and soft, terry cloth or whatever. Not that. No, you got to get the good abrasive. Ow, this hurts washcloth.
Yeah,
and you're getting the dead skin up. But I would just use that, grab one, use it, and then throw it in the laundry. Other than that, just hands. I don't see the point of all this.
So you don't. So you use like body wash then?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah.
I haven't used bar soap, and I can't tell you how long.
Yeah, and then but you just put it in your hand.
Yeah,
and then you just.
I do 2 pumps.
I do that at the gym. I mean, that's how they have like all the little things at the gym when they shower there.
Yeah.
But.
Oh,
yeah, just in your hand and then start rubbing it around. Now, the loofah and the washcloth to a lesser extent. Somebody made this point. Where is this? They were defending using a washcloth, and they said that it takes less body wash than using your hands because it does. It foams up, right?
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas, that's one reason to do it. People said that other than that, using a washcloth seems to be more efficient at cleaning your smelly parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, your hands can do a good job, but I think washcloth gets more of the area, and it feels a little better. I feel like you're getting more off, and it's staying on the cloth, not your hands.
I think all of this conversation, this week-long conversation now, does come down to feelings. What makes us feel good? Does the shower wake you up? Does it make you feel good? Does it relax you at night? Do you feel right washing with your hands or a washcloth? There's no science behind any of this crap.
I did have a question because I did think about this morning. Do you wash your towel every day, or how many loads do you go through?
It goes like 3 or 4 days before I get a new towel.
How many times do you shower before you clean the towel that you're drying yourself off?
Until it feels gross.
So I'm trying to learn and see if I'm learning that.
I don't know that I go until it feels gross. Certainly, if it feels gross or it stinks, it's gone. I would guess 2 to 3 showers for me as well.
3 is my max.
Oh
right
man,
now.
yeah, I bet you guys be. I think I'm on day 4 or 5 right now on my towel, and it's time because I used it this morning, and I was like, it's time to get a new one. So tomorrow for sure, I'll bust in that cabinet and grab a fresh towel.
And not to unpack yet another can of worms that'll take us all the way through next week, but it's the same thing with bed sheets too. It's like once they get gross, they're off. But very often it's pushing that limit. And it was the same thing when Christina was alive as well, because we both hated laundry. We both hated what we thought were mundane chores. I had a career. She was a lawyer. It's like, really bad. It's like, it's good. It smells like us. So you push it. But I know other people are like, every weekend, that's a Saturday morning routine or whatever. Strip the bed and start over. But it's a similar process. If it gets to the smelly point, they're gone. Otherwise,
I'm very thankful my woman does that for us. She'll clean the bed. It's her thing. She likes doing it. I could care. It could probably go 2 weeks before I clean my sheets, but she does it every weekend. So thank you.
Yeah, I can go a solid 2 weeks with the bed sheets. Yeah. What is this? This was a fallout from laundry day. Oh yes. Okay. So perfect. On the issue of how often we're washing things. We've gone through this over and over again on the show for years. This is another new survey. What about underwear? Do you wash it after wearing it once?
Yes.
Do you go and get it? And like, this is much easier for dudes, especially like boxer briefs. But I guess anything will work. You can turn them inside out, get a second day, or I don't know and women are much more clean or that kind of thing. Or is it No. It's got to be every time.
Yeah, every day, new fresh pair, guaranteed.
Yeah,
and if I go to the gym, it's another pair after that because I'm not wearing sweaty underwear.
You hope not. I'm a couple pair a day person just because I take multiple showers. So yeah, every
couple.
time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I've talked before. I don't have a problem with if the underwear is clean enough, I can do inside out for a second day, but you always inspect it. It's like, well, let's see, Or, I mean, you don't have to inspect it like in Kyle's. If you've been sweating in it, I mean, this isn't even a gross thing. This is a hygiene thing because you got all that bacteria that's stuck in your briefs. And if you don't wash it and you put them back on, you're just spreading more bacteria and getting yourself swamp ass for no reason.
Yeah, that rash is no fun either.
No. And we're entering that time of the year, if we ever get summer, that's where it gets really nasty. You get the humidity and the heat and your butt at your taint. You got to scratch at it with a fork or whatever utensil.
Oh,
you
get that
use.
jelly off.
Yes. Oh. You put your leg up on the counter so that you can really get in there.
Yeah.
And then your wife walks in. You're like, oh, hi, honey. I swear this is normal. So 4 out of 5 of us. 4 out of 5 of us wash our underwear after wearing it once, so 80%. And then on the other extreme, and maybe for entertainment purposes, I've made this case before, but that would be it. This when I was 5% of us in a survey, so we were willing to admit it, wear their underwear 4 or more times before washing it.
That's disgusting.
That's tough.
I understand that times are tight, but I mean, hit the dollar store or Sam's Club or something.
Yeah, or go commando.
Right?
It'd be better not to
just
even
make sure you
wear
wash
it.
your jeans.
Yeah, I feel like I have smelled those people though. I don't. Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I did look up. You should wash your loofah. It says. It says
Yeah,
you
well, of course you should.
Yeah.
How often do they say it?
They said replace it every 3 to 4 weeks. They said.
Oh God.
Ow.
I'm not sure.
Wait. So they said replace it. They didn't say wash it because I was gonna say, isn't it getting washed every day?
Yeah,
it's covered in soap.
hot water.
I think you have to like do something different, like maybe like a dishwasher or something, like even hotter than you can, you rinse it daily. So if you wring it out and clean it every day, that's a good practice. It says so. If you want to scrub your body and then rinse it out, wring it out, let it dry. That's gonna be the best practice.
But they want you to replace it every month.
Yep, that's what it says here.
No, that's ridiculous. Even if you're using it every day.
Yeah. You guys ever get those really soft loofahs? The ones that are made with like almost, I know they're, what is that material? It's a plastic, but I've had ones that are super soft.
It's called washcloths.
No. It's loofah with the holes in it. They're super soft because when I was in 7th grade, I got curious one day before a school dance in the shower. And it was like one of the best experiences ever. Yep, you know what's up. I put holes in that sucker.
A super soft loofah?
Yeah, it was made out of a softer plastic. It was like almost silk-like.
Plastic?
Yeah, it was a soft one. Okay, maybe I'm crazy. I know I'm not crazy because I remember it.
No, I'm sure you're not crazy. I'm still stuck on this whole throwing out the loofah or washing the loofah beyond the shower. And if it's just a matter of you need extra heat, like from the dishwasher or whatever, just throw it in the dryer. I mean, really, do I need to be replacing a loofah every month? That just seems excessive to me. But I'm glad they advised.
The germaphobes out there, sure. I mean, like we're a pretty clean household, and we've had our loofah. I don't even know, probably 4 or 5 months, if not longer. She does replace them, but they stay there for a minute.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know how your girlfriend's mind works, but I think for a lot of people, it's the same thing as the towels and the bed sheets. Yeah. She's like, okay. Yeah. This loofah's made it as long as it's gonna go. Yeah. And then you replace it. But other than that,
or there's big holes in it. She's like, oh, Kyle got to this one.
Yes, if it looks like it's haggard, it's time to go. All right, one more. Same subject, similar. 2 kinds of people in the world: those who wear socks and then put them in the dirty laundry, and those who wear them and then wear them again, and maybe even wear them again. This is socks, not underwear. No,
I don't like it. No, I don't like the because your socks will get stuff on the bottom. They'll get like that little blackish gray, just crap on them. I don't like putting my feet back in there.
Yeah,
the problem with socks, for me, the re-wearing of socks is unlike underwear, you can't really turn socks inside out and have them look good. Sweat socks or dress socks, if the dress socks have a pattern or whatever. But you can turn them inside out overnight and let them air out.
There we go. Yeah.
So they're not.
I found
wet
these
or gross.
Socks that I love online that I bought like 5-6 different packs of, so I have a abnormal amount of socks to choose from.
This is what's so strange is I have more underwear and socks than I should. I mean, I have like those they're bigger than drawers, and like people pack like vacuum seal bed sheets into them. I mean, they're big and they're filled with dress socks, sweat socks, and underwear, and yet I'll still consider re-wearing something because there's like something in my head that says it doesn't really need to be washed, does it? Even though I have 100 pair of these socks.
I only do that with sweatpants, man. Like sweatpants seems like and sweatshirts. They're the only things I'll wear like 2 or 3 times in a row before I'm like, okay, now I gotta put it in the wash.
Yeah, loungewear really gets its ass kicked around here because it's like, that's what it is. It takes a stain or like a major mess, or at some point when you can, even though you're showering, you can smell your ick on your loungewear. It's like, yeah, this sweatshirt needs to go, or this pair of sweats needs to go.
Do you have a robe? Because I do the same thing with my robe. That thing doesn't get washed because it's huge, and it's pain in the ass to actually wash it. But man, sometimes it gets some funk on it, and it has to go. But it takes like a month.
And that's the thing with robes is you got to be so careful, and they're not easy to. I mean, it's so like, well, I have my ridiculous. No one needs to own this, but no one needs to own anything really. Like my Versace robe, which is it has to be dry cleaned. So I don't even I bring it out like once a year, but it's so soft and comfortable.
I bet the dry cleaners probably get it real nice. Ooh. That's a fun idea.
But yeah, it's like 1 or 2 wears on that one.
Oh.
But then I have like a really, really soft, like silky, it's like a silky wool 49ers robe. Ooh. And that thing, that can be machine washed. And so that one I'll wear more often. But robes they're cumbersome. They're not as easy as loungewear. Robes are for you're done. You're done with everything. You're not getting up. You're not eating, the big drapey sleeve.
Yeah, I wake up, first thing I do is throw that robe on, actually. So it's before I take a shower. So usually on the weekends, I throw the robe on and I start my coffee, and then, God forbid, the trash has to be taken out, and I'll pull that ghetto neighbor style where I walk out there in a bathrobe and go take out the trash.
You're the one that wakes me up at 5 in the morning.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Taking your trash out.
I wake everybody up in the neighborhood with my car, actually, 4 in the morning. Oh,
yeah.
My neighbors hate me.
I actually, that was my good neighbor thing when we moved in here 8 years ago. And we're all on 1 acre lots, and they're kind of built on top of each other, so everybody on top looks down on the other person kind of thing. Very class warfare. But I went down and introduced myself to our neighbors below because our garage is right next to where their well, not right next to, but the closest part of their house is not only their garage but their bedroom. I'm like, look, I leave 3:30ish in the morning, and I drive a Corvette on some days, and you're gonna hear it. And I just wanted you to know. And they actually really appreciate it. And they were like, well, we have a fan on. It won't be a bother. But the garbage cans are the one. Like, if I forget to do it on Monday, Tuesday morning before the show, it could be between 3 a.m. and well, now 7 a.m. You're out there, and I'm dragging this garbage can down our long driveway, the curve. And I'm thinking, guys like Jeff, I'm like, oh, I'm that neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Our neighborhood does a pretty good job on getting them out the night before, but you know, obviously we all do it. We forget about it. And the benefit, I get up really early, so I never miss our trash, because if I forget, I'll run out there when I hear them. When I hear the trash cans coming out, running out there. So
that's a fun game to play.
Yeah, that does happen from time to time. People wait. Exactly. Come back.
But I'm never in my bathrobe. Like,
I am. I've chased the garbage guy with my bathrobe before, and I've been scared that it was going to open because I go commando in the bathrobe. I'm not putting underwear on.
Right. All right. Continue the poll. 2/3 of people admitted to, so 80% of us underwear one time we wash it, but 2/3 of us admit to re-wearing socks from time to time. Third, only rewear them maybe once. 22% said socks can last multiple days if necessary.
No, absolutely not.
Science weighed in. So this is the first time science really is weighing in, because on all these other discussions, when science did weigh in, and we'll see what they say, it still came back to feelings. Ooh, dermatologists don't want our skin to get dry. That was it. Everything else was, go ahead, shower whenever you want. Shower however you want. It's all about feelings. So what about socks? Kyle, you say it's disgusting.
Yeah, well, I prefer no. No, I think maybe 2 times max. You wear them 2 days in a row, that's it. And that's pushing it. It should be like a day and a morning.
What if it's not in a row? What if you take those socks off, you turn them inside out, you let them air for a day, you wear a different pair of socks, and then on day 3, you go back to the first pair of socks?
What did you do with those socks? Did you lounge around in your house all day and not really walk around much? Then it's okay. But if you were out and about and they were in shoes and God forbid you ran a little bit, no.
Right. No, these are the things that you have to determine. See, and walking around my house in socks is not helpful to the socks. There's dog hair. You can't avoid the dog hair. You got a Labrador. So you're always going to get gunk on your sock. But I'm one of those weirdos. I wear sneakers in the house until my day is over. The minute I take my sneakers off, because if I'm going to appointments, I don't wear sneakers or whatever. But when I'm home, I'm wearing sneakers because the minute sneakers come off, I don't do anything. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to take garbage out. I'm not going to get anything done. I can't do regular. I can't unload the dishwasher without my sneakers on. So I just wear sneakers, and then once those come off, I know, all right, the day is over. So that's how I can determine what else did I do in these socks today, and are they really stinky, sort of thing. Yeah. But ultimately, if you feel it's gross, then go with that. But here's what science says: our feet are a microscopic rainforest of bacteria and fungi. This goes back to our foot fetish conversation earlier this week. Yummy.
Yeah, rainforest feet. Lovely.
Little mushroom. Bacteria and fungi prefer to live in the warm, moist areas between your toes where they consume the nutrients within your sweat and your dead skin cells. The waste produced by these microbes are why feet become smelly. Socks trap your sweat, and these microbes collect bacteria from the environment, floors, at home, in the gym, dirt, grime from the outside. A study said that socks have 9 million bacteria per sample, while t-shirts have only 83,000. That is an enormous difference.
Yeah.
So the science on re-wearing socks is stop it and change your socks daily after every use, and also make sure you use hot water to clean your socks.
Yeah. I have reused socks a handful of times. Don't get me wrong. We've all been there. The only thing I don't like is when it starts to itch, because they do carry that bacteria, and that's how you know they're gross.
Again, back to swamp ass. That's why you should always carry a fork. When you start to itch, you just start to scratch whatever body part needs it.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
If you go to AdvantageSteam.com, which you should, at the top of the page, you'll see the Services tab. Click on it, and you'll see that Advantage Steam does carpet and upholstery cleaning. They protect fabric and fiber. They clean and seal tile and grout. They polish natural stone. They clean rugs, especially those really nice ones from foreign countries. And they treat urine damage. And not just urine, but vomit and feces. No. Yuck. I assume if you need that service, you either have children or pets, or you live in a frat house. But either way, they'll take care of you. Of course, Advantage Steam also applies MicroSeal. And if you don't know what that is by now, then you just suck. Joel is the local small business owner of AdvantageSteam.com. He's a lifelong maggot, and he's treated, cleaned, protected, polished, and micro-sealed the homes of countless members of the RAD team over the years, various RAD studios, and of course, Williams Manor. And I hate admitting this, but he is a genuinely really great, nice guy. In fact, if you tell him I said that, you'll get 0% off all services. So go to AdvantageSteam.com. Click on Make an Appointment, enter in your available dates and any comments, like maybe type, Rob said you're a really great, nice guy. Please give me 0% off. And they will get you all set up. Just go to AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com. The first time Corey walked into my home, I came around the corner, extended my right hand to shake it, and said to him, "Wow, you're big." And that would be Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong intentionally. Quick, Q-U-I-K Dumpsters.com. That's QuickDumpsters.com. Corey's yet another maggot launching his own locally owned and operated business, and boy, did I need him, and really we all do. Things pile up, you get frustrated, you keep saying, we need to make a dump run. Pretty soon it's more than a dump run, and now you need to rent a truck or have one of those ugly upside-down box cars parked in front of your house that you fill up yourself. Or, you do like I did, you call Corey at quickdumpsters.com. In my case, my house had fallen into complete disarray as my late wife Christina had lost her 2-year battle with congestive heart failure, and amongst the many things left were gathering her things and finding what to donate, what had to just go in that pile of stuff where we were both going, why did we ever buy this? And it all could have been so overwhelming had Corey not just walked in, taken charge, and removed dozens of boxes of total junk, unusable dog kennels, desks that were falling apart, a worthless old smoker that couldn't be fixed, bag after bag of crap, and I can't remember what else. He was quick, spelled wrong, Q-U-I-K, quiet and clean. Well, he wasn't clean. I mean, he was. But I'm not commenting on his hygiene. I meant that his work was clean. He swept everything when he was done, and the house looked like he'd never even been there. Corey's the real deal, and I couldn't be more proud and happy to call him a brand new advertiser. His story is incredible, his dedication unmatched, and his motivation to succeed larger than he is, and that's saying something. Quotes are free. You don't even have to have them over to your house. Just send him some pics or videos, and you'll get your price, schedule your day and time, and watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Go to quickdumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, dumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, dumpsters.com.
Kyle's Corner airs every Wednesday at 1 p.m. They gave that guy an entire corner? That's going to be a problem. New episodes drop every Wednesday, and you can watch the chaos anytime at theradnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com.
Remember, you get what you pay for, and you can access America's RADcast anytime, anywhere for free by going to theradnetwork.com. Don't say I didn't.
I am falling further and further into the abyss of one of Kyle's conspiracy theories. And it's not that I wasn't partway there, it's that Kyle has really upped the ante, and it's a timing issue. And it's a timing issue I've been watching, and I'm paying more and more attention to now. So this goes all the way back. Kyle is certain. I'm not saying it didn't happen. It's just confirmation and all these other things of people. You had an interaction with alien life forms, right?
Yeah.
Extraterrestrials or whatever. Yeah. Were you taken on their ship, or was it just the lights or whatever? You don't know.
So I saw in the woods, me and my friend were both driving through, going to Ice House, and we thought it was a stage setup. We thought there was a rave in the forest because the lights were going up and down like this, like pink and white lights. And so we rolled down the window, like, where's the sound? Like, there's got to be a concert out here. Someone's raving in the forest. No, not the case. It was dead silent. And all of a sudden, all those lights came to one focal center, turned purple, like a purple pink, and then a straight beam went into the sky, split up into 3 different looking like stars in a triangle formation, and they blinked on and off in rotation with each other, came back together to one more center, and then shot out, and it was gone. And then that night, I had a dream. There was a blonde girl that took me into my first car, and she started kissing and making out with me. And then I was all excited, and then she went like this and peeled her face off, and it was a gray alien. And then I woke up in my tent, paralyzed, couldn't move for like 30 seconds. I'm awake, but I had sleep paralysis, and I'm looking over. My friend's asleep in a sleeping bag, and like I'm like on the verge of crying because I couldn't wake up, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And finally, it released, and I was able to get up, and I ran outside the tent, and I was okay. But yeah, that was my interaction.
People always ask your level of sobriety during these events.
I had a few Coronas when I got to the campsite, but that was after we saw the light shoot off. We drove there, and I had to drive because my friend actually got a DUI, and his dad was a cop, and he wouldn't let his son drive his car. He made me drive the car.
I haven't heard this story before.
So I was pretty damn sober.
It's interesting because I've driven to Ice House, and I've seen some similar things. I assumed this was like a cult or like you know, some kind of ritualistic thing, because I've driven like at 2 in the morning home from my house, Ice House, once, and I saw similar kind of weird lighting kind of things off in the distance.
Ooh.
But I just thought it was like, you know, a secret ritual, you know, people hiding out. That's what I think.
I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, and the more I think about it, the more uncomfortable I get. It was kind of freaky. It was a freaky situation.
And then more and more over the last many years, we've started to have military people come forward and go under oath with Congress and say, we're seeing stuff out there. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. We don't know what this technology is. How are these ships or whatever we're spotting stopping on a dime? Admirals, lifelong pilots with the Navy and the Air Force, and we're getting some video footage. And then when Artemis 2 blasted off a few weeks ago, that's when Kyle really upped the ante, saying, is this all part of a mission to meet with the aliens? Are the aliens going to find us? Is this bad news? Are they ever going to admit anything to us? All of it, part of it's speculative fun, but there is a real thing here. We go all the way back to Area 51, Roswell, etc. What does the government know? What are they not telling us? Not just our government, the world governments, because this is not an American thing.
Right.
It would be a world thing. And then right around the Artemis time, right before that, both Obama and Trump had made comments about alien life forms that they both walked back, and everybody started going, what's going on here? And so today, another story. And this is another one of these stories nobody's been paying attention to. It's been reported. I've been aware of this for over 2 years. Today, even, it's not getting widely reported. Depending on what websites you go to, you have no idea this is a story, but retired Air Force Major General William McCaslin, who once oversaw some of the military's most advanced and highly classified research programs and previously led the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, a facility long tied to UFO lore in the alleged 1947 Roswell crash, has vanished.
Oh, he's just gone?
He's gone, and he ain't close to the first. He left his phone behind, but his wallet and a .38 caliber revolver were missing from his Albuquerque home, and so is he. He is one of 10 recent cases involving scientists tied to U.S. military and government research that all circle back to a variety of things, including UFOs, UAPs, whatever we're calling them now. And again, this has been out there. Nobody pays attention to it. It gets reported, and people go, whatever. Whoa. Yesterday, President Donald Trump said he was in a meeting about the cases, and he expressed hope the links between the cases were just a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. This is ridiculous.
Not when 10 of them happen.
No, and all within the last couple years. Stephen Garcia, a 48-year-old government contractor, was last seen leaving his home on foot carrying a handgun. He worked at the Kansas City National Security Campus, which manufactures nuclear components for nuclear weapons, and he held a high-level oversight role with access to potentially sensitive assets. Read through the bullshit. He knew stuff. He was high-level. Why he left with a handgun, I don't know. Don't know if he had a CCW. We haven't seen him since August.
Too, huh?
Yeah, saw him in August of last year. No news on him. Frank Maywald, a researcher within NASA's Jet Propulsion Facility, died on the 4th of July 2 years ago at 61. No cause of death has ever been provided publicly.
Oh. Huh.
How about Carl Grillmare? 2 months ago, February 16th of 2026. He was shot to death on his front porch. He was an astrophysicist with NASA. He worked with them on finding water around exoplanets. No motive for his death has ever been explained in 2 months.
Yeah, he knew something, and they probably found out. They probably said, keep this secret or we'll murder you. And I bet you they tapped into his phone, found out, and they're like, oh, we got to go send out the mob now. Pop, pop,
And he's
pop,
just
pop.
sitting on the porch. That's it. And then nothing. Michael David Hicks.
Damn.
This is 3 years ago. He died on July 30th of 2023 at the age of 59, also a physicist, specialized in comets and asteroids. His cause of death has never been disclosed. 3 years later. Died at 59. Melissa Casillas, assistant at the Los Alamos National Laboratory, forgot her work badge, decided to work from home that day. That would be June 26th of last year. Took her daughter to lunch, and then she, not her daughter, she disappeared. That's the story. We don't know anything. We don't know what the daughter saw, just that mom disappeared. She was last seen walking along a highway without her phone, her wallet, or her keys. And now we have another one.
Yeah, it all adds up. It's like the people who make those inventions, like the water engine. Either they take the patent and they hide it, they pay them off, or they kill them.
This is why I always get so frustrated with the naivete of people who say certain TV shows, certain movies, oh, that's just Hollywood. That would never happen. You get this a lot, like with The Blacklist, which isn't on anymore. Great show about how the #1 most wanted man in the world for the FBI actually worked for the U.S. government, helping round up all these other miscreants while he was doing all sorts of illegal activities. Duh, of course that happens. It's been happening since the mob existed. But, oh, that would never happen. What they're describing is a version of the only good Bourne movie, the one that Matt Damon wasn't in. It's called The Bourne Legacy. Jeremy Renner stars in it. And the entire premise of it is that there's this laboratory that is creating these superhumans that are fighting on behalf of the United States government. Nobody knows they exist, but all the scientists do. Well, when word leaks out that these superhumans exist, the U.S. government goes in and starts killing all of the scientists. Duh. Of course it happens. And now we have 10 astrophysicists, nuclear experts, people that work with UAPs. They're just gone. We know nothing. And nobody talks about it. I'm getting further and further into the Kyle abyss here.
Right. I saw this story too, and it's interesting because it's really hard to explain that they don't have a lot of breakdowns for each of the disappearances, or there's not. I mean, hopefully they do come out. If it's not a conspiracy theory, hopefully they do come out and like legitimize it and say this is why this person's died and this is why this person did. But they're not doing that right now. So it's
no, really, and this is. And just yesterday, right? Wasn't it yesterday? The Pentagon just ignored an order by Congress to release all sorts of video footage of all of these UFOs and UAPs. And the coincidence thing, that's so lame to begin with. But then when half of them, we don't even know how they died, why they died, what was the motivation. Where's this woman that's walking on the highway for the last year or whatever? They're not even trying to offer anything plausible. And so I don't know.
Scary.
Okay. Next on this. The Federal Aviation Administration and the FBI issued a warning yesterday after a couple weeks ago, a rash of drone sightings occurred at a baseball game between the Colorado Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. Not a game, actually. The first 3 games of the season, their homestand, sent law enforcement scrambling to track down the operators after more than a half dozen drone sightings around Coors Field April 3rd through the 5th. They want to keep the drones away from the stadium during the Rockies' next home games. That's why they put out the warning, because they're concerned about the potential threat they pose. Also, they have no goddamn idea who's flying them, what they're doing. We're back to this thing. The FAA restricts airspace around sporting events to protect the crowds, make sure the game can be played without interruptions, etc. But we're going, last year, all these drones everywhere. Started on the East Coast, and then they're everywhere. They didn't tell us anything about that either. Oh, it's normal. Oh, we found them. No, you didn't. You didn't tell us anything. And now these drones are flying around Coors Field. The greatest fear is that someone could use a drone in a terrorist attack that could be just as deadly as the drone attacks that are common on the battlefields of the Ukraine and Iran wars.
Oh.
All right. That's a concern.
Yeah, it's always been an interest or concern of mine because I always feel like, I work with drones a little bit. Like I've like tested and like kind of built little, like my own little things of it. And it's not that hard to accumulate, let's say, I don't know, 100. to have them work in unison and go out and, surveil or do whatever you want. It wouldn't be that hard for a normal person to do that. So I think the common thing, I mean, we have to register these drones supposedly, but if you don't have to, or if you don't, you don't. So I think that you're going to start seeing a lot more of this start popping up. People's teams of
if
drones.
it's not, if it's not like alien related, this is more tech scary related sort of thing. If you're a bad actor, you're not going to register your drone.
Right. Exactly.
And if you're a bad actor that's working directly with a government or a terrorist organization, how far is the leap? We know it's easy, actually, from what you can do to your drone, Jeff, to what government agencies can do to their drones to weaponize them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at a baseball game, you have 50,000 sitting ducks. Yeah, they're just sitting there. And whatever you do, opening fire, dropping some type of small nuclearized device or weaponized device, that's why they restrict the airspace. Well, if people don't abide by the restrictions, it's not like there's a force field up. You just fly right in.
Yep. Oof. Oh, boy. All right. Damn.
Concerts, outdoor festivals, summer's coming up. Yep. Look, I'm not here to scare the shit out of people, but my problem with all of this stuff is the premise. How little we're being told and how little we know. Okay, we all know mass shootings. Got it. Las Vegas, club in Orlando. It happens. Are we willing to take the risk? Are we willing to go out and see shows and concerts this summer? At least we know those exist. They catch people, they don't. There's not really much we can do to stop them. They try, security, etc. We don't know shit about this. What are these drones? Where are these scientists? It's hard not to get caught up in the aversion of the Kyle vortex because I don't know how somebody goes, don't worry about it. They got it all figured out.
Nope. I don't know.
Where's that history?
I really don't know why they're keeping it secret. What's the big secret if there are aliens out there? What is the big problem?
Well, I still think
governments aren't really going to collapse. I don't see that happening.
If it's aliens, I think the fear is they don't believe whoever knows whatever they know. They do not believe the human race can handle it. Maybe they don't know. Whoever knows what they know, the actual goal of these aliens. Like there is an actual contact. It's not the Star Trek thing where the Vulcans show up and say, live long and prosper. We're here in peace. They're just surveilling, and the various governments of the world are like, are they friendly or not? And if we start telling people they exist, what are the people of the world going to do? I think that's the issue with the aliens is they don't know, or they do know it's bad and they don't know how to stop it.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing that you can do if you're a leader, right? If you're a public official of any kind, whether it's a sheriff or a president, if you come out and say, we've got a threat and we have no idea what to do about it, that's going to create a ton of panic. That's all I can think of if in terms of why they're not, especially if you're going all the way back to the 1940s and Roswell and everything, as they just don't know and they won't tell it. But my problem with that, though, is the way they're not telling us and what they're not. They are just not even trying. They're not even pretending.
Right. Yeah. I also feel like they're not telling us the truth about a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't think we get accurate job numbers right now, or employment numbers. So let alone are there aliens? I mean, that's like even obviously 20 times more. So
and I think with the alien
world governments lie constantly about all of this stuff. Yes, and at least it answers Kyle's question. Well, why do they? And every administration does it. Why do they lie about job numbers and the economy? To make themselves look better. And then they go back 30 days later and they adjust. And suddenly the real numbers don't even match up. At least we have the why there.
Yeah.
On a lot of these, we have to guess even to the why.
Yeah. See, maybe that goes back to the aliens again, why they're not telling us. Maybe it is a dark thing because there's rumors out there. No one really knows. But I've heard things about we are basically a prison planet for these aliens, and we work for them in certain ways. And that wouldn't be good getting out. Like, hey, we made contact extraterrestrials. They're keeping us here. We have access to go to all these other planets and other galaxies, but nope, we're a crappy race, and they're keeping us hostage here.
This is the thing. I said this earlier this week, and this is where whoever's leading this is misjudging it. With the absence of information, you create a vacuum for everybody's minds to race. And in a worldwide society, because Americans get caught up and think America is the only country in the world. In a worldwide society where social media is so prevalent and has led to so much bad information and lies and misinformation and rumors, just about celebrities, let alone the government, of course people are coming up with things that you can't even dismiss anymore. I mean, that one sounds ridiculous to me, but you can't dismiss anything because we don't know anything. We talked about this the other day. Are we just in a big snow globe? Probably not. But how can you dismiss it? So, less intimidating on the tech front. Earlier this week, the new one of the hot new terms is this is what started this whole laundry, underwear, sock, showering thing. The flamper. You throw your clothes on the floor rather than in the hamper, so it's the flamper. And so we started talking about why would you throw your clothes on the floor other than you're tired? Because why would you rewear them because they're on the floor, etc. All right, here's another one. Now, Jeff, you might know this term. It's come back. It was already around. A fubber. You know what a fubber is?
I do not know.
Okay. Fubber. So a fubber is a combination of somebody who is snubbing. Okay, that's the ubber. Okay. Snubbing the person or people they're with because of their phone. You're a fubber. Yeah. We're in a meeting. We're at a game together. We go to the Sac Republic game, and I'm on my phone. I'm fubbing you. I'm not paying attention to the activity. I'm not paying attention to you. I'm on my phone. I'm a fubber. It's a term that was around. It's trending again online because people can't stay off their phones. It's when you snub the person you're hanging out with, and so more and more people are coming out with things you already know. If you don't want to be a fubber, put your phone away when you're with someone. Yep, put it in your pocket. Tell them if something's really going on. Hey, my dog's sick. My wife might need to get a hold of me. Other than that, why do you keep going in your pocket?
Right.
Why are you looking? You're fubbing me. You're not paying attention. And this can happen in your living room. You're watching a show. It's like, what are you on your goddamn phone for? I thought we were watching the show. Bitch, you set the rule.
I've gotten pretty well used to this. I think that personally it is a little insulting when you have friends and stuff that do it, especially if they're like playing games or something like that. If it's like, answering a work call. But for me, I'm used to it business wise. Almost everyone I have a meeting with or everyone that I talk to, me and Rob, we're on our phones all the time, a lot of times when we're talking because people are updating their emails or something like that, and we have to stay up to it. So that I'm used to that world where people are always kind of like, 1 second kind of thing. But yeah, when it's like a personal thing or people are playing games instead of like, being in the moment, especially if you're doing something fun, that does bother me a little bit.
Yeah, especially if like you're out to dinner or something like that, and then all of a sudden that other person starts pulling out. You're like, oh, okay, I guess this isn't an important dinner. Fine.
Yeah, I'll make a smart comment or something like that too, probably.
The work thing has its layers though too. So like a lot of times you use your phone, like you said, you're getting information to help the work meeting or whatever, or you're looking something up because a topic comes up and you're like, well, let me look that up. And that's the thing, communication.
Right.
I'm on my phone because I'm looking up, but I'm trying to listen to what you're saying, but I'm looking up this term that you just brought up to see if it can help us professionally, sort of thing. But then there's like work meetings. And maybe this is because I'm used to being the boss. Don't get your goddamn phone. Your phone shouldn't even be in there. And if it's in there and you pull it out, you better have a goddamn good reason. Because we're here to discuss and to listen. So to me, there's that balance. And then you bring up things like dinner, basketball game, a concert, watching a TV show. It better be a hold on, let me check something, or there's a reason why I'm grabbing my phone.
Or you get the camera out because you want to take a picture or something. That's acceptable.
Yeah, if you see people like scrolling on Instagram or like whatever, then that's pretty annoying.
Yeah, little side conversations. Oof.
I think we actually literally just covered everything they have on their list. Yeah, exactly. This is all the thing. This is what you can do to avoid being a fubber. Now, the problem with being on your phone too much, this is not a new term, it's back as well, is it can lead to what we call tech neck. Oof. This is a physical injury. Makes sense if you give it any thought. Because anytime you're looking down, right, at your phone, almost all of us, you're looking down, you're flexing your neck forward, which causes problems in terms of your alignment, pain, muscle issues, and that's what we refer to as tech neck. And it's becoming more and more common. Dr. Ionis Avramis, who's an orthopedic spine surgeon with Baylor, was talking about it the other day, says if you're lifting your phone, right, and holding it at eye level, well, then you're looking forward. It's great for your neck, but it's uncomfortable. And how many of us can do this for very long?
Nope.
We're just holding your phone in front of you. but your neck is straight, and you can't do it with a laptop. Right. So it's impossible. There are instances where some of the ligaments can be stretched out, and they're seeing them turn into bone. Ligaments are not supposed to turn into bone, and they're calcifying. Well, if you have tech neck and you don't get it treated. That's the other thing, too. A lot of us have tech neck, and we don't get it looked at. I just got a sore neck. I carry it. This is my line.
Oh, man, I'm so
which
glad
I think is true, but
chiropractor, man, he cracks my neck so damn good. And I get neck issues because I was in a car accident like 10 years ago. So, like I said, my C4 nerve was burned off, and it didn't grow back correctly. It's in a little pinch spot still. So every time I am on my phone like that, usually it's on the couch, and I am hunched over like this, and I'll catch it walking up, and oh my God, it's such a good relief to go to that chiropractor and get it cracked out. If you don't have one, you need to get one.
here's where the two collide. So you have this legitimate, about it, neck issue. And I have some legitimate known back issues, and I always have carried stress in my neck and my shoulders long before phones even existed because I'm ancient. But are we both exasperating the problem with tech neck? Like we have problems and we're not addressing it because we have tech neck and it makes it worse. By the way, you, Kyle, lecturing people on going to get a chiropractor while you don't want to know if you have cancer, we found out earlier this week because the doctor keeps saying we really need to look at these skin tags.
Yeah.
And you have a family history of it.
They're just moles.
You don't know. You haven't had them tested yet.
No, I don't want to find out. I don't want radiation therapy.
They also worry about deformity. The neck can be flexed forward, becoming more of a fixed or rigid deformity, and that can lead to an imbalance, which can be a very disabling condition. The treatment is putting your phone down.
I was just about to say that.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
Going for a walk, calling somebody, having direct conversations, basically decreasing time on the devices. Yes, of course, if you believe in chiropractic care, that's great maintenance. Exercise, swimming, things like that, they all help. But it's kind of like, you remember, this was big in the 90s when we had no problems and we were just making shit up to worry about. And we went through this huge fitness craze, fat-free and all that, and everybody was working out. And then we were counting calories. And so they'd go to the gym and they would burn off enough calories so that they could have a certain number of beers.
Oh, yeah.
This was it's so hot. I'm like, dude, okay, so you burned off 450 calories. You can have 3 Amstel Lights or whatever was the hot one at the time. What about everything else you're consuming? It's the same thing. We're doing all this stuff to try to keep off tech neck, but ultimately, if we're spending, 5 hours a day this week was the average?
Yeah.
That we're on our phone or on a device? You can't offset that with just a little swimming.
That's 5 hours of swimming, if not more.
That's a good way to die, too. Now, there's another form of injury that can result that has gone viral as well. A woman, this bitch, she's got courtside seats to an NBA playoff game between the Sixers and the Magic. So she's right up front Wednesday night. She's looking down at her phone, though, during the game, and she got nailed right in the head with the ball because she was scrolling on her phone. And they nail her. It's not like intentional. It was meant to be a pass, and it goes over right to the side, and it just bonks her right in the head because she's on her phone. It's just a missed pass. Dude's out of place, and donk. She's fine, by the way.
My favorite part.
Tyrese Maxey went over to check on her, and he wasn't even the one that threw the errant pass. But she's fine, other than embarrassed, and now she's a viral sensation for just getting and we're playing it over and over again.
My favorite part is that it says the quote on the headline is "head on a swivel," which is like exactly like when I played basketball. Our coach would just like yell at us all the time, "Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your head on a swivel."
Yep.
I bet you that's not the first time she took balls to the face.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. Longtime Radvertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say,
Stop that! Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. SueBerry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040. Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
It's that time of the year again, spring cleaning time. Much like New Year's resolutions, spring cleaning is something we swear we're going to get to and then we never follow through on. And one of the reasons is how overwhelming it can be. You start to clean up, and then pretty soon you realize you have way more trash than you can just throw into your bins and put at the curb for the garbage company. You have enough junk that you need to make a half dozen trips to the dump, and then you go, oh, we don't even own a truck. Nor do you have the time or the energy, so you just say screw it again and no spring cleaning. So this year, call my man Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong on purpose. It makes him stand out. Plus, it makes you think of chocolate milk. QUIK Dumpsters.com. Quick Dumpsters, QUIK Dumpsters.com is their website. Corey and his team came to my house recently, hauled away dozens of boxes filled with just stone-cold trash, unusable and worthless old vacuum cleaners, appliances that couldn't be fixed, and just random crap from around the house. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is Q-U-I-K. We're in and out of my place in less than 30 minutes. They checked in with me multiple times to make sure they were taking the right stuff. They were friendly, kind, professional, and finished off the job by making the house cleaner than when they started. And this may be the best part. Quotes are free, and you don't even have to have them over to your house where you get the little sales pitch and all that. Just send them some pics or videos. You get your price, schedule your day and time, and you watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Basically, you have no excuses other than your own laziness. Go to QuickDumpsters.com. That's Q-U-I-K. Dumpsters. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K Dumpsters.com.
America's RAD Cast continues next, only on the radnetwork.com.
We updated you an hour ago. Some of the breaking news, pay attention to worldwide events, is that hoary moose has opened her legs. The Strait of Hormuz is open again. Now, Iran said it first, and then Trump came out and said, yes, it's open. But now President Trump has gone a step further, because this is all based on a 10-day ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. Israel is America's partner in all this. You get into geopolitics, and I know your eyes will glaze over. But now Trump is saying that Iran has promised to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. Well, first of all, back to lying. You never know who's telling the truth about anything. You can promise anything you want, but if it's all based on a ceasefire, then if the ceasefire breaks, why wouldn't they go back to the closing the anyways? That's
Okay,
where
so
you are right now, as of this moment. It's open, I guess.
So do gas prices go down for 10 days?
Well, no, and that's the other thing. It's like those old women that my was talking about with my mom. It's not like that. It's not like suddenly oil prices, or gas prices, I should say, drop. Oil prices will drop, but oil prices are a worldwide commodity, and a lot of the gasoline you're getting right now and for the next month at least, if not 3 months, was already purchased at over $100 a barrel. They got to make that money back. And then, oh, that's right, it's almost summer driving season. Demand goes up. And so prices stay high. And the Trump administration officials have gone from, well, I really hope by June prices start. Now it's like, well, by September, prices will go down. They're all over the place because they don't know.
Oh, okay, well.
This is like what Steve and I were talking yesterday on the Rob and Steve Sports Show that we do every morning at 11 a.m. Everywhere you look, anybody's talking on the sports world, even though there's plenty going on. The draft, the NFL draft. It's a week from yesterday. Who are they going to draft? Who's going to win in the draft? What is he? They don't know. Do you think that 25 years ago the New England Patriots were heralded for picking Tom Brady in the sixth round?
No.
Exactly. That guy stumbled into becoming the greatest quarterback of all time. Nobody knew after the draft that they had pulled off one of the best stories in draft history. By the way, Jeff, I had to move some things around, so I didn't give you a heads up. So Kyle's favorite feature is about to come up, and you run the visuals here. So I'm trying to give you a heads up to find your way to get us the visual that we need so that we can go into food news.
Food brings the people together, both in good times and in bad weather. Sharing a meal, sharing a laugh, raise a glass. It's a simple pleasure we all have. Food, oh glorious food, it nourishes my soul and mood. We're now serving food news.
It's a somewhat well-oiled machine around here. Food news is news about food. Kyle posted his new food factor yesterday. He does that every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. The soapboxes are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We got a new one up today, 10 a.m. at theradnetwork.com. It's another edition of Christina Mail, although it's not very Christina-centric. It's really more about truth and how there is no truth, personal truth, that whole his story, her story, and the truth. That's a lie, which I explain all of that. That's on the soapbox today at theradnetwork.com at 10 a.m. All right, in food news, of course, got to talk about Taco Bell.
Oh,
Seems
excellent.
like every day,
Love starting
every
things
day.
off with Taco Bell.
All right, now, are you a Crunchwrap Supreme fan?
That's not my favorite. I'll eat it, but no, I wouldn't say I order it regularly.
So Taco Bell likes to refer to the Crunchwrap Supreme as a forever favorite, and they've only had a few iterations. That's where they did the Cheez-It Tostada stuffed version.
Yeah,
which you tried that, right?
I did. Yeah, it was average. It was a solid 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. They had the Crunchwrap sliders.
Those are good.
And they you make it smaller and it's better.
Yeah, okay, well, they put crispier chicken in it. They don't put the taco shell and the beef and the lettuce and crap in there. What they do is they have the deep fried chicken breast or nuggets or whatever they are, and then they put the it's a jalapeno honey mustard sauce, and that one is delicious. It's the sauce, Rob. You know me. You know I like the sauces. It has a good sauce. It's a good product.
Okay, so that's the crunch. That's the Crunchwrap sliders.
Yes. It's one of them. They have two flavors. One's a chipotle and one's the honey mustard jalapeno, and that one it reigns supreme.
That's the bomb. Okay.
Oh,
and then have you tried their dessert creme brulee Crunchwrap slider?
No, I didn't even hear about that. There's a creme brulee slider. Is this out yet?
It was just recently announced. I don't know if it is
Creme
out.
brulee.
Definitely
I wouldn't miss something with creme brulee in it. That's my favorite dessert. And
well,
my
we'll
Taco
try to-
Bell is my favorite fast food. Those two, I would have had to have heard about that one. If I didn't,
Well, I
I
My bad. It was recently announced. I don't know that it's available. Let me
Okay.
just double check. But here's what I do know. They say, Taco Bell says the most popular Crunch Wrap actually debuted in 2016. It was around for a couple years, and then it hasn't been seen in 8 years. People have been clamoring for it, and now it is back. The fully loaded, and this doesn't even make sense from a grammatical standpoint, the triple-double Crunch Wrap.
no, I don't know.
Triple-double?
I don't remember
What is
having
that,
that one.
6? So it's double beef, double tostadas, double nacho cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and tomatoes in a grilled tortilla that is back on the menus for a limited time.
Okay. Yeah.
They're triple double Crunch Wrap. It can be ordered a la carte for $6.50 or as part of the Lux box with a Doritos Locos Tacos, cheesy bean and rice burrito, cinnamon twist, and a medium drink. God
Yeah.
damn, that's a lot of food.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the boxes, man. You get a good deal for those. You don't get the best products in them. You get like one or two good ones, and then the rest are like, yeah, whatever. But it is a nice touch to have the cinnamon twists in there. I will agree with that. I haven't had those since I was like a little kid. So now when I get the boxes, I'm very excited to get the cinnamon twists.
So is the cheesy bean and rice burrito the loss leader there
I
for
don't
you?
like that one. Yeah, I don't like anything with beans and rice in them. Like, I'm weird with my burritos and tacos. I don't even like bean and cheese burritos that much. They have to have a good hot sauce. Del Taco has a good one because of their sauce. They put the red sauce in there, and then they have their Del Scorcho sauce, which makes it even better. It's just filling and cheap. That's the only reason I get that one.
Why were we talking about Nutella recently? And I mentioned I've always been an guy on Nutella, and I can't remember.
Let me go back. What day was that?
Was it a collab of some kind?
Yeah,
Anyways.
I don't remember exactly what we're talking about that.
Yeah, but I remember it came up, and I'm like, I don't. It's one of those things that where I would never seek it out, and if it's around, I probably wouldn't even eat it. It just doesn't do it for me. But I know it's widely popular. I get it. Now they're branching out with what they say is their first flavor innovation in its history. So Nutella's always been chocolate and hazelnuts, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. After more than 60 years, their new version of Nutella is now available for purchase at major retailers. Nutella Peanut, which they say delivers a new taste experience that blends the unmistakable creaminess of Nutella with the delicious taste of roasted peanut butters.
Ooh, I wonder if it's like the Reese's peanut butter. You know how the Reese's peanut butter came out with the Oreos and they got it inside the actual Reese's? I wonder if it's similar to that. Or if it's like a Reese's peanut butter.
I'm going with Reese's. I mean, I don't believe in the Nutella brand, so I would go with the Reese's brand.
Okay.
On that. It's available.
I think they're just copying them.
Who has original ideas anymore?
No
I was
one.
going to say something like that too. Everyone's copying everyone.
Dude, the whole pickle craze, everybody jumped on that. What, those little pickle puff balls came out, and now everybody and their moms jumped on the pickle bandwagon? It's everywhere.
By the way, the creme brulee, what is it called? Crunch Wrap. It was announced on March 10th, and it is slowly rolling out as of mid-April. So it's going to start showing up at Taco Bell.
Excellent. I will go check Taco Bell on my way home. Thank you.
Check local listings. So the electrolytes and being hydrated, all the rave. I'm not saying it's not good for you. It's just it's all the rave. And now the original Gatorade, which is credited with inventing the original sports drink way back in 1965 to help athletes at the University of Florida. If you ever get stuck at a bar night trivia contest, that's why it's called Gatorade. University of Florida's team, the Gators, Gatorade. Now they're expanding to people who need energy to do things like walk the dog. Because it was originally designed for athletes. Even though a lot of us aren't, quote, athletes, we buy Gatorade. They've announced a plan to broaden their reach to non-athletes who are looking for hydration, whether they're on a long flight, whether they're going for a walk, or the one that everybody is actually using it for, nursing a hangover. They just can't say that out loud and not include other things. I mean, come on. They're creating new packaging to highlight the specific ways that Gatorade's various drinks can benefit anybody. So I guess they feel like there's a hole in the market. People that are athletes or maybe former athletes who just grew up with it. I think that's the only reason I drink Gatorade. I grew up with it. I like it. I know it's got electrolytes in it. It tastes good, except the red that they changed because it's stupid Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop bringing that up. I hate you, Gatorade. I hate you, RFK Jr. By the way, did you see RFK Jr.? Of all the people on the planet that shouldn't have one of these, he's the guy. Look, he doesn't. He's not in any pain. It's a hereditary thing. That's why he does not need to have a podcast. How uncomfortable is that?
Yeah.
He's got one.
Yeah. I think
What?
all these people are preparing for their after administration jobs right now. They're getting ready.
Fine.
Yeah.
Which with Trump, you never know. That could
Right.
be tomorrow.
It could be, exactly. I was
But-
just about to say that, yeah.
A podcast
I know.
for RFK? Anyway, okay, so anyways.
Maybe he has to like do vocal exercises to get that raspiness worked out a little bit. Maybe he needs to talk
Fine.
for a certain many hours a day.
Don't subject us to it.
Right.
That's all I'm suggesting.
I would agree with that.
So anyways, yeah, they're saying Gatorade saying we want to reach out to other people. So they're still gonna target athletes, obviously, but they're creating new packaging about how Gatorade benefits anybody, trying to build on the electrolyte thing and the liquid IV thing. One analyst says that 60% of consumers who buy sports drinks aren't athletes. Duh. But they do want the functional ingredients from sports drinks, electrolytes, hydration, carbohydrates, etc. There'll be new versions. For example, there's the classic thirst quencher with 48 grams of sugar and 18% of the recommended daily amount of carbohydrates which athletes need to maintain energy. But now there's Gatorade lower sugar. Not low sugar, but lower.
Okay.
It has 75% less sugar for the more
Aw.
casual use. Like when you need to pick me up after walking the dog. So there, you know, bring it all back. And really, you walk the dog around the block.
I'm parched.
I need some electrolytes.
At first, I thought it was for the dog. Like they were coming out with like a dog hydration thing to be done.
Gatorade for the pups.
Yeah. that's what I thought.
Pupperade.
It's not a bad idea.
You know that's coming.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
that's coming.
It's
If
got
it's not out there already.
electrolytes. It's what plants crave, and dogs.
Oh God!
What is
People
that?
start pouring electrolytes into their plants.
Yeah, have you seen that movie Idiocracy?
Yeah. It's,
Oh,
it's a good
but
one.
yes,
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
Brando.
Okay.
Brando.
They
I
make
was
fun of
thinking the name.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
It's got
Yep.
electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
But why do you put it on the plants? Because that's what plants crave.
It's so sad how real that movie is.
I
become.
know.
All right, last one. Pop-Tarts, they're doing a ton of collabs.
Oh,
As is beverage brand Liquid Death, which came up on this show by accident. We're not endorsing it. It just came up. I hadn't heard of it. I didn't know what it was. Kyle said it's just a flavor carbonated beverage. And I went, oh, I like that. It's sparkling water flavor. But then we touched on this. Is it extra carbonated? Why does it have this like spicy flair to it? Somebody that works for Liquid Death wrote in and said it's it's fermented or brewed the same way as beer, and maybe
Correct.
that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He sent me
But
emails
I-
as well. Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as I tried it, I went, yeah, Kyle's right. It's like,
Oh, did you? Yeah, I haven't
like
tried it yet. I've been asking a bunch of questions to people who use it on a regular basis. But I hear they're like in like music festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see them out and about. So
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I'm still learning about them. I have to try it.
Did you reach out to our guy?
I
Because
did.
he offered to bring us some.
Yeah,
know.
where are they?
Yeah. I don't know. He said that he's a rep for like Northern California and Nevada.
Okay.
So I'm not sure exactly where they're located. I didn't get that. But yeah, I've reached out to him. We talked a little bit.
It's
so.
been like a week.
You mad? You don't have.
I'm
You
just like, what the hell's taking so long? That's all.
well, we'll see.
I'm sure
We'll
he's a
get
nice
some
guy,
samples
but
in
come
here.
on, man, don't tease me like that. Bring that crap in, please.
Please.
Pop-Tarts is teaming up with Liquid Death, and they are launching a brand new beverage, Pop-Tarts Carnage. This is part of Liquid Death's thing. All of their beverages have a death-like name or a dangerous-like name. This is a limited edition black iced tea, and it allegedly tastes just like frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right.
It's caffeinated too because it's black tea.
Strawberry iced tea. Each can is enhanced with B vitamins and a caffeine boost.
Excellent.
And it is made without artificial sweeteners. Good. That's something RFK Jr. can talk about on his podcast, and nobody will understand. I refuse to learn how to do an actual impersonation of RFK because I started to.
That's pretty
It
good.
hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, I
It
couldn't
doesn't
imagine
hurt
you doing
him.
that very long. Yeah.
No. I'm like already. I'm like more water,
Yeah,
please.
right.
All right, now I'm ready. Liquid Death's Pop-Tarts Carnage. You can get it from Amazon right now in a 12-pack for $17, but in early May, so you got to wait, 2 weeks?
Okay.
The drink will roll out to major grocery and retail stores as early as May. 6-packs available for $9. It is a limited edition item. Pop-Tarts Carnage under the Liquid Death logo. It's basically strawberry iced tea.
I'm very impressed they're doing it without artificial flavors because Pop-Tart seems like something you'd have artificial flavoring for. I guess it's strawberry. Yeah. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's simpler than I'm thinking. Maybe they just put strawberry juice in there and they're like, oh, it's Pop-Tarts. Who knows? I don't.
It's got a couple red dyes, I'm sure. RK will have something to say about it.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you put the red dye in, no, that ain't going to do it. What I thought.
America's RAD Cast. Only on the radnetwork.com.
If you've never heard of microseal, let me tell you what it isn't. It is not a really small marine mammal. Get it? A microseal? Oh, fine. Just ask AI. AI describes microseal this way, with a bunch of AI words. Microseal is a premium, eco-friendly, and biodegradable fabric protection spray that penetrates deep into fibers to provide permanent stain, soil, and sun fade resistance for rugs, furniture, and delicate fabrics. It uses nanotechno blah blah blah, and blue 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 blue. What AI is trying to say is that microseal is non-toxic, non-allergenic, safe for pets and children, and, although AI doesn't say this, it should, you need to contact a longtime maggot Joel from AdvantageSteam.com right now to get him to apply microseal for you. You can even make appointments online at AdvantageSteam.com. We've had microseal for years at Williams Manor, and it treats a lot more than carpets. Microseal protects virtually all fibrous materials, including wool, cotton, silk, suede, leather, and synthetic fabrics. It protects upholstery, carpets, rugs, draperies, and clothing, including wedding dresses. And ladies, you're going to need what? 3 or 4 of those in your lifetime. And it protects against stains, moisture, and UV degradation without changing the texture. Also, if you're an interior designer, Joel has a special program just for you, and all you have to do is say the password, which is what? What? There's no password, I guess. Never mind. Whoever you are, contact Joel at AdvantageSteam.com. And if you're an interior designer, tell him, I guess. I don't know. That's AdvantageSteam.com, where you'll learn more about microseal and everything else that Joel offers. At AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com. AdvantageSteam.com.
If the daily episodes of America's RAD Cast leave you thinking, I want more of Rob ranting about stupid people, government overreach, and how the body positivity movement has led fatties to being proud of their cholesterol levels being above those of a sloth who thinks rolling over while sleeping is a form of exercise, then we've got just the thing for you. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, stick around right after America's RAD Cast and enjoy Rob's Soapbox. You can listen to the absurdity, passion in his voice, and you can watch to see when that vein on his left temple tries to run and make a break for it. Rob's Soapbox. It's for people who know they're right, but need someone to tell them why. Listen or watch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning right after America's RADcast. Only at the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. The first time Corey walked into my home, I came around the corner, extended my right hand to shake it, and said to him, "Wow, you're big." And that would be Corey from quickdumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong intentionally. Quick, Q-U-I-K dumpsters.com. That's quickdumpsters.com. Corey's yet another maggot launching his own locally owned and operated business, and boy, did I need him, and really we all do. Things pile up, you get frustrated, you keep saying, "We need to make a dump run." Pretty soon it's more than a dump run, and now you need to rent a truck or have one of those ugly upside-down box cars parked in front of your house that you fill up yourself. Or, you do like I did, you call Corey at quickdumpsters.com. In my case, my house had fallen into complete disarray as my late wife Christina had lost her 2-year battle with congestive heart failure, and amongst the many things left were gathering her things and finding what to donate, what had to just go in that pile of stuff where we were both going, why did we ever buy this? And it all could have been so overwhelming had Corey not just walked in, taken charge, and removed dozens of boxes of total junk, unusable dog kennels, desks that were falling apart, a worthless old smoker that couldn't be fixed, bag after bag of crap, and I can't remember what else. He was quick, spelled wrong, Q-U-I-K, quiet and clean. Well, he wasn't clean. I mean, he was. But I'm not commenting on his hygiene. I meant that his work was clean. He swept everything when he was done, and the house looked like he'd never even been there. Corey's the real deal, and I couldn't be more proud and happy to call him a brand new advertiser. His story's incredible, his dedication unmatched, and his motivation to succeed larger than he is, and that's saying something. Quotes are free. You don't even have to have them over to your house. Just send him some pics or videos, and you'll get your price, schedule your day and time, and watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Go to quickdumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, dumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, dumpsters.com.
And now, live from Midtown Sacramento, this is America's RAD Cast, presented by the RAD Network. Follow us online pretty much everywhere. Find all the details at theradnetwork.com.
We got this email into RADcast at theradnetwork.com. We were talking yesterday. I made an offhand comment about eating handfuls of M&Ms. And this it's not just a sugar thing, it's this chocolate thing, which is new with me. And the sugar thing, I knew that was coming. When you stop drinking, your body needs sugar. That's what alcohol is. It's pure sugar. But that was months ago. I haven't drank in 2026. I'm like Starburst, Skittle, and then now lately, chocolate. So this email is from David.
Hi, David.
Because we got an email from I think her name was Andrea, from another listener who asked if I was taking magnesium, because she started taking it and she was craving chocolate and it stopped her cravings. David says, "Hey Rob, I heard the emailer about taking magnesium for your sweets craving, which apparently doesn't seem to be working for you. No. I am so lost on supplements. I'm wondering if you can help guide me." Okay, so here's the thing, David. The thing about supplements is first of all, they're not like, there's no medical guidance on them. Good doctors will give you their input. They're taken for a variety of different reasons, and there's so much to them. And I hesitate to get too far into it because too many of you, thank you, so many of you, I should say, just trust me. And I do appreciate that, but I take it seriously. So yeah, I wasn't taking magnesium for chocolate. I'd never even heard that. And I know most people take it because it's supposed to help you sleep, and it promotes like relaxation and anxiety and that kind of thing. That's not why I take it. In fact, I take mine in the mornings, because a lot of people say take it at night. But I'm trying to, in terms of the sleep, it's if you as long as you take it at the same time every day, it'll help your circadian rhythms or whatever get into place. I take it for the muscle cramps, and the tension and the twitches because of my bulging disc in my lower back, etc. So this is where you get into it. Oh, and by the way, there's not just magnesium. There's magnesium glycinate, which is what I take. And then there's two other forms of you go down the rabbit hole and it's so overwhelming. And I've spent hours with Johns Hopkins and Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic, and then I go into my doctor with a list, and then he and I talk about it. It's not as simple as, and this is the unfortunate thing with supplements. People say, "Hey, magnesium's good for sleep," and then they take it. Well, you're taking the right kind. Have you looked up the dosage? Are you taking it at the right time of the day? What else are you taking? Because it can offset with other things. potassium. Should be taking potassium. There's 4 kinds of potassium over the counter.
Oh.
I take potassium citrate to lower uric acid. Because when you drink too much over the course of your life, you can produce too much uric acid. It's also good for blood pressure. Other people take it to prevent new calcium, and kidney stones. I don't take it for that. But what kind do you take? How much do you take? The list goes on. Turmeric's big right now. I'm taking turmeric, but not for the reasons most people do. So, a couple comments. We are so excited that Greg from Maptrition is a radvertiser. He's full on into the nutrition world. He's always had his daily multivitamins for both men and women because he has this crazy idea that men's bodies are different than women's.
Huh.
And we might need different things. Wow. So we're going to have Greg on. And he's always popular when he comes on. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to regulate Greg because he could take up an entire show between our questions and yours that you email in about. We just went through a bunch of them. Greg, what supplement should people be taking, or should they just take your multivitamin? Wait, is that enough? What about specialized supplements that people should be taking? Hey, Greg, here's one. Creatine is huge right now. Why would I take creatine? I'm a string bean and I don't work out. But what about protein? There's so much. So we're really excited. We're going to get Greg on, promise. We'll give you warning so you can send in your questions. We do have Maptrition up and running. If you go to theradnetwork.com, you go to our Radvertisers page, and it's right there. You can click right over to what Greg has for now. I know Kyle's already working on questions like, hey, are you going to do Smasher? Are you going to do some of these other products?
Stuff was so good. Actually, I went and took a look. He does have pre-workout. It's not called Smasher anymore, but he did have the watermelon flavor. So I'm excited to get back on board, and I can't wait to have that back in my cabinet.
Yeah, so a lot of these...
And Jeff, you're working on stuff for Greg too.
Yeah, so we had Greg in 2 days ago to film some stuff here in the studio, just some videos that we're gonna now promote on our social medias today and next week. But he's taken, I think, like his own view on what he wants to do with these nutritional products, and he's kind of created his own products, which I think is really impressive based off of what he's told me. So I'm really excited to see those products come into play and see how people like them.
Absolutely. All right, so that's up and running. We'll get Greg on. We'll let you know when he's going to be on. And you can just go to theradnetwork.com, go to our Radvertiser page. You'll also notice a famous name, a popular name for the past decade or so as part of the Rad family, Sue Berry with an A, SueBerry.com, who's been in Northern Nevada for over 30 years. She does both commercial and residential real estate. And I just saw a headline yesterday, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is the exact opposite of what Sue was talking to Jeff and I about when we were setting everything up to get her back and running. Big, doomsday, fear porn headline. Home sales were limping even before war and $4 gas. Now what? Well, Sue was just talking to us about how she thinks it's actually going to be a really good year.
Yeah.
And she's looking forward, interest rates and things like that.
Right.
So, these fear headlines that are designed to make you wilt and such, always pause. If you're in Northern Nevada, Sue's been doing it forever. And I said in one of our commercials years ago, and it's true, you can't go out to lunch with Sue without somebody recognizing her. She gets recognized more than I do, which is really, it's a blow to my ego. I do not like that. Because when I go to Reno, I expect to be, mauled by people. But she did tell a great story she was at one of the Christmas parades in Reno or Sparks last year, and she had one or two people who would yell out at her, "Is that Sue Berry with an A?" Yeah. And which is something I created. That's, not even her thing. So she's like, I got to get back now that you're back. She's very excited. And it's, again, same thing. You can go to theradnetwork.com. You click on Sue Berry. It'll take you right to her page, and you can contact her. We're working on what are we going to do with Sue in terms of questions that you guys have about, what is going on with home sales and interest rates and financing and all that other stuff. So as we've been telling you, everything's growing. The Radvertisers are coming back. That we've got a bunch of them that are in the hopper. It's just a matter of the when. And when do they want to come in, and how do we fit them into the show? They're all coming back, which we're so happy. And they committed a long time ago to coming back. We're so happy about that. And then you've got Jeff's baby at theradnetwork.com. Now, if you go to the Radvertiser page, you'll see this. But we also have a live events page, which is really what you are salivating over, Jeff. And I know we've talked about the one concert's on the Radvertiser page, but you got more and more that because people need to kind of go to the radnetwork.com and just stay in touch with what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, I think, we just put it live events page, and I just have one event there, and that's one we talked about before, which is the Latin Spring Fling on April 25th. Go to the page if you want to buy tickets there. But because spring and summer's coming, right around the corner, we have all these venues that we're partnering with that are putting their lineup together right now. We're helping them set their lineup. So we're going to be, there should be another like 10 next week of events coming.
10?
Oh,
yeah, right.
Moly.
Of all these things that we're helping local businesses promote their events. We're promoting some of them ourselves. We're helping them get kind of started with their live event space. There's a couple places in like the Broadway area that are like these new music live venue spots that we've been touching bases with. So yeah, I'm really excited with it. The main reason is because we want to get new people to experience the RAD network. We want there'll be a lot of banners and flyers and stuff like that you can take to see what we're working on the new shows that are be coming on in the next couple weeks as well. So I'm definitely very excited about it because it doesn't just give us a great bands and great businesses to help promote, but these local businesses need our help right now. So I'm really glad that we're able to partner with them.
And it isn't just, as we mentioned before, new listeners. A lot of people, they're still wondering, where are we? Are we back? Et cetera. I mean,
Right.
We haven't done like mass marketing.
Yeah.
We've been on social media. Not everybody follows. I mean, our numbers on social media are a small percentage of the numbers of listeners and viewers we have. So that's why we were doing the tell a friend thing before, let people know that we're back. And when we say, local events, we don't know everything that's going on everywhere. And especially Reno, man, you want to talk about a music scene, you got to let us know. Yeah. Let's go, throw them in there. Let us know what's going on. How can we help? How can we promote?
Yep.
And get people to your events and such.
That being said, yeah, if you're a live music venue or you have a band or something, the RAD Cast at the radnetwork.com is a great way to reach out to us. And we're definitely putting that partnership together with a lot of different places right now. So yeah, I'm excited.
So you can email us, radcast@theradnetwork.com, and the website is theradnetwork.com.
America's RADcast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you, all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. The first time Corey walked into my home, I came around the corner, extended my right hand to shake it, and said to him, "Wow, you're big." And that would be Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong intentionally. Quick, Q-U-I-K Dumpsters.com. That's QuickDumpsters.com. Corey's yet another maggot launching his own locally owned and operated business, and boy, did I need him, and really we all do. Things pile up, you get frustrated, you keep saying, "We need to make a dump run." Pretty soon it's more than a dump run, and now you need to rent a truck or have one of those ugly upside-down box cars parked in front of your house that you fill up yourself. Or, you do like I did, you call Corey at Quick quickdumpsters.com. In my case, my house had fallen into complete disarray as my late wife Christina had lost her 2-year battle with congestive heart failure, and amongst the many things left were gathering her things and finding what to donate and what had to just go in that pile of stuff where we were both going, why did we ever buy this? And it all could have been so overwhelming had Corey not just walked in, taken charge, and removed dozens of boxes of total junk, unusable dog kennels, desks that were falling apart, a worthless old smoker that couldn't be fixed, bag after bag of crap, and I can't remember what else. He was quick, spelled wrong, Q-U-I-K, quiet and clean. Well, he wasn't clean. I mean, he was. But I'm not commenting on his hygiene. I meant that his work was clean. He swept everything when he was done, and the house looked like he'd never even been there. Corey's the real deal, and I couldn't be more proud and happy to call him a brand new advertiser. His story's incredible, his dedication unmatched, and his motivation to succeed larger than he is, and that's saying something. Quotes are free. You don't even have to have them over to your house. Just send him some pics or videos, and you'll get your price, schedule your day and time, and watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Go to quickdumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, dumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K, dumpsters.com.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right after America's RAD Cast, Rob decides he has more to say about the subjects that truly matter. Like how sexual role play is an instant indicator that you are destined for either the Catholic priesthood or the next Epstein Island. Or why adults who use ketchup shouldn't be allowed to vote, drive, or reproduce. And the fact that he supports instant gender reassignment surgery for any man who doesn't like sports. Ah, yes. The stuff that really matters. Rob's Soapbox. It's for people who feel superior, and they just need it explained to them why. Listen or watch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning right after America's RADcast, only at theradnetwork.com.
If you go to AdvantageSteam.com, which you should, at the top of the page, you'll see the Services tab. Click on it, and you'll see that Advantage Steam does carpet and upholstery cleaning. They protect fabric and fiber. They clean and seal tile and grout. They polish natural stone. They clean rugs, especially those really nice ones from foreign countries. And they treat urine damage. And not just urine, but vomit and feces. Ew. Yuck. I assume if you need that service, you either have children or pets or you live in a frat house. But either way, they'll take care of you. Of course, Advantage Steam also applies MicroSeal. And if you don't know what that is by now, then you just suck. Joel is the local small business owner of AdvantageSteam.com. He's a lifelong maggot, and he's treated, cleaned, protected, polished, and micro-sealed the homes of countless members of the RAD team over the years, various RAD studios, and of course, Williams Manor. And I hate admitting this, but he is a genuinely really great, nice guy. In fact, if you tell him I said that, you'll get 0% off all services. So go to AdvantageSteam.com. Click on Make an Appointment, enter in your available dates and any comments, like maybe type, Rob said you're a really great, nice guy. Please give me 0% off. And they will get you all set up. Just go to AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com.
Confucius says that he who stands on the toilet is high on pot. That's it. I'm out of here. So long, Stinktown.
The hell? So I was already going to do health news here, which is different than like laundry news, which is apparently now a thing, because we're talking about how often you should wear underwear or socks and whether or not you have to throw them away. And then we're just talking about magnesium. I don't know what's happened to this show, but I just saw this report. So we just had this virus that's going around that's giving everybody diarrhea, and now there's another one. This is literally on the fly. I just got this alert. The rotavirus, known for causing severe vomiting and diarrhea.
Oh, that sounds like a bad
is an
flu.
illness. Usually sees an increase in cases during the typical cold and flu season, but there's a recent surge now when we should be out of cold and flu season, which has grabbed the attention of the CDC, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'll check on that. I don't want to do that on the fly, but good. It's like we're just surrounded by viruses and disease and terribleness. So, happy news for some of us. A new study found that adults who are or have ever been married consistently have lower cancer risk. compared to those never married. So even if you've just been married, even if it was an awful marriage, now I'm not saying that literally, but statistically they're saying you have a lower risk of cancer. The study used 8 years of health data from millions of adults ages 30 and older in 12 states. Although the impact of marriage on other aspects of cancer, like earlier diagnosis, have previously been studied, few studies have examined cancer incidence by marital status like this one. Across all types of cancer, and in both males and females, never married adults had significantly higher rates than ever married individuals, according to the new study, which, by the way, ever married is defined as married, separated, divorced, or widowed. Never married men had 68% higher cancer incidence, and never married women had 83% higher incidence compared with this is not. I don't even need to read the rest of this. Come on, you know this. If you've been married, well, even if you're in a long-term relationship, I hate this whole shoving marriage down everyone's throat is not my thing. Some of us believe in marriage. I do. That's why I've gotten married twice. And if you find somebody else that believes in it, then why not? But if you don't believe in it and you still love each other and you're committed to each other, you don't have to get married. So that's always my concern. And they're going to have to update studies like this, because if you just stay with someone, it's going to be the same result. Because here's what happens. You get prodded, you get pushed, you get nagged, whatever you want to call it, when you've got somebody else in your life who has a vested interest in your wellness. And the longer you're together, the more they do. And then if you have kids together and you come home and you say, oh, honey, I was just at the doctor, and I have this history of, I don't know, skin cancer, and the doctor's finding moles on me, but I don't want to deal with it. Your girlfriend might not be as prone as she would be if she were your fiance or your wife to say, go back immediately and get those checked, because you need to be around to take care of us.
Sure. She may or may have not said something like that recently.
Okay, see? And it has, and the longer you're together and the more committed the relationship, the more serious the relationship, if you believe in marriage, you get engaged, you get married, the more gravitas it has. Sometimes you do it to shut them up. Sometimes you do it because you go, all right, we've been together a while, whatever your definition of a while is. She really does care about me. I'm going to do it. And sometimes you just do it for them. If you've ever been in a long-term relationship, you know that effect. There are times you just go, my phrase a couple years ago, I still stand by it. Is this a hill worth dying on? In this case, literally. No. Fine. She won't shut up about me getting this test done. I'm going to go do it because it's for her. Peace of mind. Right? That's it. Jeff, am I wrong? You're married. You're still married. Am I wrong? That's what's happening here.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that, we try to do the best we can with our concerns from our loved ones. But I kind of, feel like I get mostly everything checked out that I see. I'm a very concerned individual. I have a feeling Kyle has like a 4-foot mole on the back that he's like, nah, it's not that bad.
No,
it's not that bad.
There's one on my shoulder. It's been there for a while. Actually, I've had a doctor look at it when I was like 16 years old, and they were like, it's fine. It's just big.
Yeah.
And, but last time I went to the doctor, it was my first visit with the new doctor. So he was just kind of checking everything. And he's like, the follow-up, he's like, let's get these moles checked out. Because I do have a history of skin cancer on my mom's side. She had melanoma for a minute. She had a surgery. It was removed, but she did get it. So it is in my family. I should check it out, but I don't feel sick. I don't feel like I have cancer. I don't, nothing hurts. I'm not cracking or bleeding. And I hear that's what when you need to get them checked.
I think that's
when you
are past the time that needed to be checked. If your skin is bleeding from anything,
and
that's not a cut or like someone that stabbed you, then you need to get checked out before.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not. Everything feels like all my faculties feel like they're working well. I got this little cold or whatever I'm getting over, but whatever. Everybody's sick right now. I'm not going to the doctor for that, especially when I feel fine. I'm still working.
No. Maybe you're snoring a little bit, but that's all. That's all.
Yeah.
Using your logic though, Kyle, and this is not to pick on you. You're very normal. This is very common with men and women. The preventative care stuff, you don't feel anything necessarily if you have a prostate cancer or the onset of prostate cancer stage 1, and you have a family history to it. And the doctor says, we usually wait till you're 50, but we should do it for you at 40 because of your family history. Your PSA tests look good. That's a blood test they do, but we should still do it. and that's the whole point of doing it is to preventatively find out stage 1, that's nothing, we can handle it. Stage 4, that's bad.
Right.
You're not getting past
Okay,
it.
yeah.
That's the whole thing. I've gotten the finger for 10 years because of that, because prostate cancer runs in my family.
And the treatments are a lot less. When you just catch it early, then you catch it
You guys
late.
are scaring me a little bit because my mom's dad had cancer, died at 61 from it, didn't catch it until it was too late because he was kind of like I am. He had that attitude of like, well, he also had a blown out back. He was a plumber. He was on what do you call it? The government pays you because you're injured from work. He was on that disability. So he was on that for a while. And so everybody thought he thought it was just his back acting up. No, dude had like on his hip, he had bone cancer, and it got into one of the higher stages. I don't know if it was 3 or 4, but they gave him 9 months to live, and he lived barely a year, and then he was gone.
Yeah.
It was way too late.
Now, Jeff, you said you get like, I forget how you phrase it, everything checked out. So are you borderline hypochondriac, or are you just super careful? Or
No, I mean, like, I get like my blood test work done, and then they tell me like, oh yeah, we're looking at these levels and we're looking at these levels, and you have nothing to worry about. So I'm hoping they're telling me the truth, because that's really kind of what they do. I don't really get like specific, like, biopsies on anything or nothing like that. I just get like, do the regular tests, and they say, oh, all your levels look normal. And then I trust them, even though I'm still nervous about it.
Did you have something in the past where something scared you?
No.
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 I mean, basically, you and I are the
Family
same so
history,
far. Other than I mean, you can always, you have access to your blood test. You can always go back and double check, though, am I in the right areas or whatever. But if you were getting your physical and the doctor said, I'm using this example not to bash Kyle, but me, right? I mean, I'm a fair-haired kid, and I grew up, blonde hair, blue eyes, and very white skin and stuff. And even though there isn't like a skin cancer scare in my family, the doctor at one point, he went and I don't think this is anything, but we should check it. And I just said, well, then cut it out. I didn't even give it a second thought. It's not because I'm scared or a hypochondriac. Just like, it seems like you would be the same way if the doctor said that.
I feel like I have to be the one that like tells my doctor, right? You have to like tell them, hey, I have to find something here. I'm not sure he like does like a very good like search of my body and kind of like says, hey, this is the problem. This is the problem. I wish he did. It made me feel a lot better, but I'll have to be like I have a few moles on my head. So I'll have to be like, can you look at this? Is it any bigger than it used to be? That kind of thing. And then we usually just do all blood tests every quarter. So I mean, it kind of just
you see a doctor 4 times a year?
I see a doctor probably more than 4 times a year.
Whoa.
But I do a blood test 4 times a year.
Whoa.
Wow. That's a lot of blood tests. I mean, that's a very consistent regimen of blood tests.
Yeah.
That's athletic level.
I can't do it. I pass out, man. I can't even get my blood drawn.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of family history, but just that's my way of feeling confident about like my due diligence. That's it. I don't really like get paranoid if I see something new or anything like that. But I mean, I feel like just staying on top of it is the minimum that I'll do.
So you're doing it anyway. This study doesn't necessarily apply to you in the sense that you were doing it anyways. But this does bring up another part of, oh, I'm married. Oh, I'm in this long-term relationship. And you get to that point where you realize the other person's going to care about me. And so people start to hold things back or not tell their significant other.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, oh, the doctor says everything's fine, even though he didn't. And because you just don't want to deal with being.
Luckily, that hasn't happened. Yeah, I mean, mostly the reason why I have to do blood tests is I have a family thing with thyroid issues, so that's a consistent thing that you have to monitor. Otherwise, you can have a very big chemical imbalance.
Okay, what's your thyroid?
You got a hyperthyroid that can be a big issue. It's like here in your neck, or there's like a glands here in your neck.
Oh,
yeah, and they produce a lot of hormones. And if they're imbalanced, they can affect you, your body physically, mentally.
Good to know.
Well, and this was a big thing, like 20-ish, I'm rounding off, years ago, where it was because yes, that's exactly right. The thyroid, it's a very important part of your body in terms of how it dispenses chemicals. Mm-hmm. And like in 0.001% of people that are obese, it's a thyroid issue. Mm-hmm. And everybody that was overweight started saying, must be my thyroid. It's gotta be my thyroid. Right. The doctor's like, no, it's the 14 cheeseburgers you're eating every day. Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
14.
Back to we were talking about how often do you wear socks more than once before you wash them? Same thing with underwear, etc. I knew I had this story. I put it in the health pile, so we'll just go back to it a little bit. Doctors generally, this is what made me think of it because we were googling. We were talking about showering. Yes, again. And the issue of using a washcloth or a loofah at your hands when you're showering came up. And then Jeff dived into the Google cave and said, "Oh, it looks like they're telling you to replace your loofah every month, basically. Just get rid of it.
Pretty much, yeah. That's
Get
what
a new one." So this isn't about washing. How often do you replace your underwear, even if you're washing it every time? Do you have like in your mind? You're like, okay, I've got it. Like, do you have them like? Do you keep them and you put a label on them? Like, I bought these in June.
No, I want to say I think most guys are the same. It's like literally when they like start falling apart, where you put like your leg through the wrong hole. That's when I throw them away.
Yeah, when mine start getting holy, and they start getting like more than one or two big holes, and I'm like, okay, now it's time. Yeah, I have one pair that it's still they're super comfortable, but man, they're getting eaten apart right now. And I hang on to them just because they're one of the comfiest ones. But the other ones, as soon as they get a few holes in them, trash.
See, do you have a lot of different underwear, like a lot of different colors or different types?
Yeah, well, they're different colors, but they're mostly the same brand. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if this is OCD like me, but I have like the exact same underwear.
They're
like,
colored and everything?
And, yeah, same ones.
Oh, yeah, I get the
It's
multicolored
so
packs.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to find ones that are all colored the same. They're all come in multicolors.
You're colorblind. What does it matter?
I can tell the difference.
Oh.
I'm going to have to start educating people on color blindness.
I don't know who has this much time in their life, but I guess you could track when you bought your underwear because doctors generally recommend replacing, as in getting rid of your underwear every 6 months because washing doesn't remove everything. Oh, God.
All right, whatever. Until it starts itching down there, I'll keep them as long as I want. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. Right. If I notice a pair of underwear specifically is making me itch down there, then I'll discard the underwear, I guess. But I don't even know if I would equate the two. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go to the underwear first. I'm gonna, like we were talking about earlier, I'm going to assume it's swamp ass that I got from the heat or something else. They say that washing your underwear doesn't get rid of all the bacteria you leave behind, including viruses and fungi. The general advice is to replace underwear after 6 months to a year or after. Who keeps track of this? A maximum of 50 washes. What kind of person has a chart? I washed this pair.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. That's a year. So basically, if you wash your underwear once a week, you got a year's worth of underwear, and then you got to get.
Yeah, but who keeps track of that?
I don't know. I do it with stuff like technical stuff. Like I watch battery charge, like my battery charging and stuff like that. So like I have like a list of things that I look at how long I've done since I've replaced them. But no, not like underwear or socks or anything like that.
Yeah. No, that's extreme, it seems to me. Speaking of underwear, and you can't get rid of all of it if you're by washing it. Scientists have developed smart underwear. Oh, thank God.
Ooh, how smart.
Everything's smart. It's a wearable sensor that you clip onto your underwear. So there you go. This will help, I guess, with your underwear. You clip it onto your underwear, and you monitor your gut bacteria activity by measuring the hydrogen gas in your flatulence.
So every time you fart, it measures it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So researchers say the device detects dietary changes with 95% accuracy and revealed that the average person passes gas 32 times every day, which is far more than the 10 to 20 times people typically self-report. Okay, so who's asking that question? So it's your annual physical, Mr. Johnson. How often do you fart every day? The fuck do I know? So I guess people guess 10 to 20 times. You don't know about all the farting you're doing at night. This device says it's 32 times, and then it's measuring the hydrogen gas. So what? What does this tell us?
Yeah, my nose can do good. I know when I have dietary problems because my farts will stink a little more. I'm like, ooh, I almost smell like bad eggs and sulfur. Maybe I should not eat all that crap.
Right.
Have salad
yes,
tomorrow.
Our nose knows, and then our mind knows. Oh, this is what I ate. That's why it stinks so bad. I mean,
oh man, someone let a nasty one out last night when I was working. I was walking around some tables and I was trying to pinpoint who it was. It smelled like something died in that restaurant. I swear to God.
So I'm gonna put a meter above Kyle's desk right here.
I have that big of a farting problem. Just on certain days.
But dealing with other people's flatulence, there's certain places where you can tolerate it. I don't want it at a bar, at a restaurant. I'm trying to consume things with my mouth, and you've got some sicko pig pen who's just giving you that dead rat died in my anus smell.
Yes, yeah, that was happening yesterday. I thought a small child had pooped everywhere over the floor.
You did confirm that wasn't true.
Yeah, no, that wasn't true. I couldn't find any.
So trying to find the why of all this, scientists are excited because the current options for studying gut bacteria are very limited, and this could help diagnose digestive issues. Okay, fine. That was a stupid story. I just wanted to say fart, which brings us... This story's been out a couple weeks. You may have seen it on comedy shows and stuff because it is about whose farts smell worse, men or women. They actually studied this.
Oh, women by far. It's true. They don't let it out. They hold it in, and when it creeps out, it's disgusting.
So, as I said, this study's been out for a couple weeks, and it just wasn't important enough for us to get to. We had other things, but I held on to it. I've seen 3... Yes, I've seen 3 different late-night quote comedians. I know Colbert did it, and I know I saw it on The Daily Show, and I don't know if it was Jon Stewart or one of the lamos, one of the Gen Z or millennial hosts that does it when Jon Stewart's not on. And then it was either John Oliver or Bill Maher. And all men, and they all in some form had the same punchline which was, we didn't need science to tell us it's women.
No, it's true. Growing up as a kid, so there were 6 of us living in the house. So there's myself, 2 younger siblings, so there's 3 already. My uncle, my mom, and my stepdad. Me, my uncle, my brother, the stepdad, we farted the most. We definitely had the more frequent farts. And sure, some of them were stinky, but notoriously, the second my sister or my mom let one out, it was well known. It was disgusting. It was like, we still call my sister Smelly Brielle because her farts were the stinkiest.
Oh, that didn't scar her for life. Smelly Brielle.
Right. That's not going to bring back any harsh things.
Sorry, Brielle, I love you.
Now, obviously, this is where we get dinged. Oh, well, what do you expect 3 guys on the same show? Well, I mean, look, here's what science said. Actually, Kyle's pretty damn close to what science said. They had men and women eat gassy foods, and then they used... God, I hope they paid these individuals. They used rectal tubes and gas bags in a lab to collect the farts.
How do you get those?
You can do this. Well, science. Find a scientist and ask him for a rectal lube with a gas bag. Yeah, and maybe they can get one out of the
mail
cat.
some stuff.
I kind of like thinking about the professor who... I like thinking about the professor who pitches this to the college that they're whatever university that's doing this study or whatever it is. It's a fun pitch.
It's like, you want to see this guy's basement. What are you keeping in mason jars?
Right.
Oh,
he's definitely a taxidermist.
So the gas was collected in the bags, and then it was lucky people, different people, sniffed and rated by independent judges. And this part isn't science. They had regular people that they paid, or they brought in. They said, we need you to fart into these tubes. And then they had other people, just normal people, because you don't want scientists doing it. You just want normal people who are going, and they don't know, is this a man's or a woman? And they're going, and then they're rating it. These judges had a scale of, I don't know why we can't use 0 to 10. They went 0 to 8 on their scale. So 0 was no odor. Well, how do we know the bag didn't leak? And 8 was very offensive. That was the worst. They did find that men produced a larger volume of gas per toot, like Kyle was saying, more often, maybe bigger, the kind of farts. Volume does make a bigger impact on noses than the concentration of rotten smell, but in the end, the flatulence of women had a much greater odor intensity.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's science, ladies. It's like your brain's being smaller than ours. It's science. Don't get mad about it. Just, you got to work harder. All right? That's all. Your little brain, you have to just work harder to catch up to us. Mm-hmm. Same thing. You stink when you fart.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, wash your ass more.
they have anal douches? Maybe that would help.
You ever hear that song? Bitch, you stink, wash your ass. Bitch, you stink, wash your ass. That's what this is reminding me of.
Great guy.
That's
One
the whole
other
song, too.
Health-related note. A nonprofit focused on cancer prevention and early detection. We're all the way back where we began. Has declared its mission to reduce the risk of prostate cancer. Dr. Laura Lee Mucci, a professor of epidemiology at Harvard, is the co-author of emerging research on prostate cancer. And they are imploring men. Okay, a couple things about prostate cancer. As I said, I've got a history of it in my family. So far, no signs at all with my prostate or with the PSA drugs, etc. There's also, and this has been around for about 10 years, if you are at a higher risk of prostate cancer or you have it genetically, they are now prescribing ED drugs taken daily. It has nothing to do with sex. It has to do with promoting the circulation through your prostate so that it flushes out any potential carcinogens as well. And it seems to be having some pretty amazing effects. You can Google it if you care enough about that. But that leads to this study that says they are imploring men to ejaculate more for their health.
Oh.
Now, this is the gold rush for men. Honey, I'm sorry, but I have to ejaculate more often. We must fuck. Now,
Show them the report.
It's right. I mean, there it is.
Look, see, it just came.
Now, the study does say you can do this playing a solo, just jerking it. What matters is that men know that something they likely already do could actually benefit their health. Yes, they likely already masturbate. Really way out on a limb there. Men likely masturbate. Good. Thank you, doctor. Data from a long-term health and lifestyle study assessing more than 50,000 men over the last 30 years suggests that those who ejaculate, we've got our number per month, have a 22% lower risk of prostate cancer than those who came less, because the frequent ejaculation flushes out those potential carcinogens, reduce the inflammation within the prostate, or even influence gene expression in the normal prostate tissue. Men, you should be ejaculating minimum per month 21 times.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We're fine. I don't know about you guys.
What guy isn't?
Yeah. Like the Kyle's soft loofah, he's double that.
Do 2 showers a day, man. We're looking at 60 times a month right there.
I mean,
that's just a start.
There's 30 days in a month, and we have to make sure that we ejaculate at least 21 of them.
Yeah, who's going a whole week?
We're done in the first week. There you go, Doc. 21 of them.
Oh, man, that sucks for people who don't have hands.
They don't have hands?
No, I mean, they can't.
I think there's a lot of reasons why it's sad if you don't have hands.
Yeah.
But I guess that is one of them.
Yeah, they won't get the clap either.
Oh, shut up. You ass. That was awful. According to the American Cancer Society, prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in U.S. men after skin cancer. As roughly 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. It is the second leading cause of cancer-related death in men behind lung cancer. See, it's the skin cancer is most diagnosed, but if you catch it early, Kyle, it's not a death sentence. Lung cancer, number 1. And I'm not kidding, but the American Cancer Society has named this their movement for telling guys that they need to ejaculate 21 times a month is beat cancer off, literally.
Yeah.
Beat it off. Okay, very good. All right.
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. Longtime advertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say,
Stop that. Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. Sue Berry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
It's that time of the year again, spring cleaning time. Much like New Year's resolutions, spring cleaning is something we swear we're going to get to and then we never follow through on. And one of the reasons is how overwhelming it can be. You start to clean up, and then pretty soon you realize you have way more trash than you can just throw into your bins and put at the curb for the garbage company. You have enough junk that you need to make a half dozen trips to the dump, and then you go, oh, we don't even own a truck. Nor do you have the time or the energy, so you just say screw it again and no spring cleaning. So this year, call my man Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong on purpose. It makes him stand out. Plus, it makes you think of chocolate milk. QUIK Dumpsters.com. Quick Dumpsters, QUIK Dumpsters.com is their website. Corey and his team came to my house recently, hauled away dozens of boxes filled with just stone-cold trash, unusable and worthless old vacuum cleaners, appliances that couldn't be fixed, and just random crap from around the house. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is Q-U-I-K. We're in and out of my place in less than 30 minutes. They checked in with me multiple times to make sure they were taking the right stuff. They were friendly, kind, professional, and finished off the job by making the house cleaner than when they started. And this may be the best part. Quotes are free, and you don't even have to have them over to your house where you get the little sales pitch and all that. Just send them some pics or videos. You get your price, schedule your day and time, and you watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Basically, you have no excuses other than your own laziness. Go to QuickDumpsters.com. That's Q-U-I-K. Dumpsters. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K Dumpsters.com.
America's RAD Cast continues next, only on the RADnetwork.com.
A couple emails came into a RADcast at the radnetwork.com. We did mention that new soapbox today, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, they go up at 10 a.m. And while today's it's a little bit of an edition of Christina Mills, it's still more emails that flow in about questions about my wife and the condition that she had, congestive heart failure, and how it was. But a lot of it is also about, it segues into, because somebody wrote in about truth and how hard it is to find the truth. And it's not just like in the media, it's just with dealing with people and such. And God damn it, email from Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Perfectly highlights exactly what we talk about in the soapbox today. I was mentioning earlier that RFK Jr., of all people in the world that you want to hear talk more, he has a podcast now with his voice. And I mentioned in passing, it's a disorder. He says it's not painful, and it's a genetic disorder, meaning that it gets passed down. Like many of us get things that are passed down, even if things we don't even know how they're caused, etc. Well, Heather wrote in and said, I felt compelled to write in because Rob has said the same thing a few times. Right, because I'm correct. RFK Jr.'s voice is like that because of a vaccine injury by the flu vaccine. He has said this multiple times. It's not a genetic issue, in case you cared. This is what I talk about in the soapbox. Because he said it, it's true. No research. He said it. Now, of course, it plays to his skepticism of vaccines. I have no problem with people being skeptical about vaccines. That's fine. But but you do have to immediately, if you're going to try to be honest with yourself, you have to step back and go, he's saying that he has this because of a vaccine injury tied to the flu vaccine, and he has all the skepticism about vaccines. Maybe I should look into this a little more, because it's actually a neurological disorder that's called spasmodic dysphonia. It causes these involuntary spasms in the larynx muscles, which is what causes that shaky, strangled voice. The cause is unknown to this day. He could claim that it has to do with the vaccine, but every other member of his family has come out and said, we all have it to some degree. Have you heard a Kennedy talk, especially a man? Mm-hmm. All male Kennedys have only JFK didn't have it, and that's because he died so young. Edward Kennedy, senator, it was obvious that his voice was not right. They all have a form of this, and it's passed down genetically. We don't know exactly what caused it. This is the thing. Somebody says something, it's got to be true.
Yep, take it and run.
Well, I've also haven't never seen a flu, or I know what the flu vaccine is, like caused nerve damage or whatever that would be. You know, that thing in his neck, that'd be a very big disconnect.
It would be. I'd be willing to look into it. I just wouldn't. But again, the point is, you don't take it at face value in either direction. The other emails that are coming in, because we're talking about this study where they studied the fart smells of men and women and women's smell. Yes, I know that you emailers that have called or written in saying, "Hey, you guys been talking about fetishes. What about fart fetishes?" Yeah, I know it exists. I just didn't.
Fetish.
Yes, it's out. Yes. Well, I've got it in the pile for next week, because we got other things we got to do, like entertainment news.
Overture, curtain and lights. It's time for entertainment news.
Nice job, Jeff. Very solid. All right, entertainment news. This is sarcasm. Kyle, you're going to be thrilled with this one. I didn't know this was happening. This is actually off of a offhanded comment, or just a sidebar comment you made earlier this week. You must be thrilled that Netflix has released their first trailer. They are rebooting a show that I understand you loved in your youth, Little House on the Prairie. I don't think it was a show that most boys were supposed to like anyways. Laura Ingalls, played by Melissa Gilbert. Yeah, okay. Yes, it ran from originally from 74 to 83, long before Kyle was even born. And it starred Michael Landon, who's long since dead. But Netflix is bringing the Ingalls family to a modern audience with a new 8-part series. And The cast includes a bunch of it's literally a who's who of you don't know who. I've never heard of any of these people. All 8 episodes will drop on July 9th, and this is how they describe it. Part hopeful family drama, part epic survival tale, and part origin story of the American West. This fresh adaptation of Laura Ingalls Wilder's iconic self-autobiographical Little House offers a kaleidoscopic view of the struggles and triumphs of those who shaped the frontier. Now, yeah, it's not like a true story. It has historical significance if you cared what it was like to live at that time.
I don't. No.
No, you don't now. Of course you didn't as a kid.
No, God.
This goes back to what we were commenting on earlier. No matter what it is, there are no new ideas. Everybody's just copying everybody, and we're rebooting it. Anything that could be rebooted, remade, redone is being done so, including Little House on the Prairie. So, July 9th on Netflix.
Lovely. Yeah, I will not be watching this. I hope it doesn't take off because it seems like country music's really popular. And was that the cowboy show was that damn thing called Yellowstone? That was really popular. So I could see it like being trendy and something
see it doing
people
well.
will watch now.
I don't think I'll have any interest in watching it, but I could see it like doing like same thing with what did you say? What was the
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone. I haven't watched that one either, but I know it's really popular.
I like Kyle's train of thought. Country music is popular, and that Yellowstone show, and therefore Little House on the Prairie, are somehow all connected.
Yes.
I mean,
there's horses
Yellowstone's
and cowboy hats and old timey crap.
Well,
Kyle has some PTSD from a book report he did when he was
clearly.
You had to read all of them.
I mean, Yellowstone is set in.
The stupid partner.
Yellowstone's a modern time show. It's not old timey crap. It's about ranching today.
Right.
It's not realistic. That's what bothers me about it. But it's because we don't still have these fights on the Wild Wild West today. But it's a modern time show. And yes, it was a huge hit. This is the great thing about all the streaming crap. It doesn't matter if stuff becomes a hit. How many episodes of Handmaid's Tale have you watched?
1 episode.
Okay, that's one more than
two.
me.
I watched like 2, maybe 2 or 3. Yeah.
Right. Good for you. You're twice as good as me. Never watched it. A huge hit. So I could see this taking off with chicks and whatever.
Right. And I think it was like mostly like, my sister loved it. You know, she's a little older than me. Like she loved it. So the first thing I'm going to do when I talk to her, we have a call that I'm going to do with her today after the show. I'm going to talk to her. Hey, did you hear about Little House on the Prairie coming back? Because she will be excited. Yeah.
Which rebooting and such, that brings us to the long thing of sequels. Most sequels suck, and then there's that very popular short list of the best movie sequels of all time. There's the ones everybody agrees on, and then it's all opinion based. But obviously, Godfather 2 is the one that's mentioned most often. The nerdverse argues over Empire Strikes Back. Ooh. Was that better than Star Wars, and is it really a sequel because it's 9 of them or 14 of them or whatever the hell? The Dark Knight. So if you go to the Christian Bale series,
way better.
Clearly, The Dark Knight was better than Batman Begins or whatever that other one was called. The Dark Knight was the one with Heath Ledger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Aliens, Terminator 2, always mentioned.
Oh, Terminator 2 was great. Oh,
great. Toy Story 2, the second Lord of the Rings. Those always make the list. And then people go off on their little tangents.
Yep. You can't forget Bad Boys 2.
Excellent.
Bad Boys,
Excellent.
That's a good point. Yeah.
A lot of people think that the Back to the Future sequels are much better than they're given credit for. I don't really have an opinion on it.
I haven't watched too many of them. I've only seen the first one. I know I've seen the second and third, but I mean, it was so long ago. I'd have to rewatch them as an adult to even understand the storyline.
1 and 2 I can get behind, but yeah, is it just 3, right? The one where he goes back to the Western time or something like that?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Right. I mean,
the third one.
It's interesting, but it's like, Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. The one that I was terrified of, and this one isn't as mainstream because of the time difference between the original and the sequel. When they put out the sequel to Top Gun, so I was 15 when Top Gun came out, and testosterone, military, and danger zone, and all this, and you can't make a sequel. This is a personal belief. No one would ever agree with this. I think it's the best movie of this century that I've seen. I love Top Gun Maverick. It is such a great movie, and it killed Top Gun. And Top Gun was a great movie. Top Gun Maverick is just extraordinary. Everything, I have seen that movie hundreds of times.
Really?
I watch it all the time. The acting, the writing, the more you watch something, the more you notice things, right? You notice things like how they're shooting, little, and I know everybody likes to roll Tom Cruise. That's fine. I'm not a Tom Cruise lover, but I don't hate him either because he's a Scientologist or whatever you hate about him. There are some things that he does in that movie, acting-wise, that are really impressive that you don't notice until you've watched it a dozen times. So it came out. I saw it with Gary, my best friend, and we were both like, but see, we're both in our 50s, so it was like from our youth to now, and it was easy to. So it doesn't make these lists a lot because it just doesn't. It was too far in the distance or whatever. But now I have to go through this again.
Another Top Gun.
It's been confirmed there will be a Top Gun 3.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
All right.
We'll see.
Now, Maverick.
Roll the dice.
Maverick made a $1.5 billion worldwide. It is the 5th highest grossing film of all time at the U.S. box office. It was popular as hell, and it was a great movie. Can they pull it off a third time? It's been confirmed. Tom Cruise is writing it with Jerry Bruckheimer, the same duo. Bruckheimer's the producer that did the first one and did the sequel. The rest of the cast is not confirmed. If you saw Maverick, you know a lot of the supporting cast has gone on to become huge. If you didn't see Maverick, that's where they started. Glenn Powell, Miles Teller. These are people that if you don't know them by name, if you saw him, you go, oh, yeah, I saw him in blah, blah, blah. Glenn Powell did the Twister movie, but he's done other things. Lewis Pullman, Monica Barbaro. Are they coming back? We don't know. We don't know anything about it. We just know it's official that they're going to make a Top Gun 3. And it's being written, or it has been written right now.
All right.
What I liked about Top Gun Maverick was that it was very action-based. I mean, I think I remember reading something about the Navy dominated during the original Top Gun movie release. Like, they just had the most recruits. Like, it did so well for them recruitment-wise. So I think they were trying to capture that a little bit in this next movie too, or the Maverick movie too. And when it comes to the first Top Gun, was it a little too much about the relationship? I thought so. Like, I really thought it was a little too much about his love interest and, you know, in the heartbreak and whatnot. I think the second one was a little bit more action-based, and I think that's what I liked about it, too.
See, but this is the thing that impressed me about Maverick, too, was, first of all, so in 86, obviously, Cold War is at its height. And so Russians, easy, great, you know, that Maverick 2, or Top Gun 2 Maverick, they updated it to, they never named the enemy. Could have been anybody. You used your, is this Iran? Is this because it was just a foreign country that had these assets to make these weapons. They had to go in and bomb it. And they did still have the relationship element to it. They just did a nice job of it not overloading the storyline with the broad that owns the bar and her daughter and that kind of thing. It worked.
Yeah, I like that too.
So I don't know what they're going to do with 3. I don't know. This is how I don't know how you live up to Maverick. I really don't.
They bring the Space Force in probably.
Oh.
There's going to be aliens.
One of
Independence Day meets Top Gun.
He's a Scientologist. He's writing it. It might be.
Oh no.
If the alien spirits, they're going to get him out of the volcano.
One of the stories about Top Gun 3, Top Gun 2, sorry, Maverick, was that Val Kilmer was still alive, Iceman from the original Top Gun, and they do a scene together. Val Kilmer was able to talk. It's his last talking role ever because he died shortly afterwards. But they do this nice little scene between he and Tom Cruise, which I thought they did well. Well, Val Kilmer's not completely gone, and now we're going to go back into. Everybody needs to get all worked up over this. There's a new movie called As Deep as the Grave. The movie sounds awful. Footage of it has debuted at CinemaCon in Vegas this week. It centers, the movie, on real-life archaeologists who unearth remains of the ancestral Puebloans in the 1920s. Well, you want to put asses in the seats. You bring up the ancestral Puebloans.
Oh, yeah. Who are the Puebloans?
Pueblo people.
Right.
South America.
No, it's
Look, dude.
Midwest, right?
You lost most of us at archaeologists.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not Indiana Jones,
right?
Yeah.
right, you're not. But that's why the trailer was heavily on Val Kilmer's AI-generated likeness that is front and center in the trailer, if not the movie. Now, the storyline here is a little different because the use of AI in Hollywood, hot debate. They're working on legislation to protect actors and in posthumous digital likenesses. You know, everybody gets their hair on fire. Nobody's going to ever act again. We'll just use AI to use dead when they are dead Jack Nicholson, dead Morgan Freeman, dead whoever in all future movies, and we'll have an okay. That's the hysteria kind of thing. But what about when the actors or athletes are doing this? They're saying here, make me an AI. Baseball players, a ton of Major League Baseball players signed over deals earlier this year. Make an AI image out of me, and we're going to put it in a game or whatever they're going to do. Well, don't you have a right to do? Don't I have a right? Wouldn't I have a right to say here, make me AI? I've been doing this for 30 years. Make me AI. Of course I do. So, Val Kilmer died in April of 2025. He was 65. Long battle with throat cancer. And he had been cast in this film before he passed away, but he was never well enough to shoot his actual scenes. So they digitally recreated or created actually Val Kilmer's performance, and they went all the way back to like his demo tapes when he was a teenager that you have to send out. It's like, hi, my name is Val, and I want to sell your soap or whatever. And they did all of it with the support of his daughter, Mercedes, who was able to say, my dad was into this. My dad knew this was coming. So, but everybody's freaking out. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is going too far. Why? Why is it going too far? If the family and the actor himself signed off on it, how's it going too far?
It's not. People are just freaking out about it because it's new and it's scary and they don't know what direction it's going to go in the future. They're just afraid of the unknown.
I saw one of the entertainment shows last night. They had a Hollywood whatever on, and he was saying, well, you know, this is always a potential for abuse. Right. Okay. Well, when we get there, freak out. We're not there yet.
And don't worry, Hollywood will sue the pants off everyone. So anything that goes unchecked or whatever will, get fixed in the long run as far as like legal rights and stuff like that. I've always been a big Val Kilmer fan. I'm not sure if anyone remembers the movie Willow.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Peck?
I don't know. Yeah, right? That was when I ever since then, I've been a huge Val Kilmer fan. I've watched even his bad movies and all that good stuff. But yeah, I was a little sad watching Maverick because he passed away, I think, by the time I watched it. So that was like a little bit there, but I mean, it's still a great movie.
The question is, does the presence of Val Kilmer as AI make you want to see a movie about archaeologists and the Pueblans?
No. Hell no.
I'll hold my judgment. I'll watch it.
One other entertainment note yesterday reported that Shannon Elizabeth, who became a prominent sex symbol in the late 90s with her roles in the American Pie movie. She was Nadia. And then she's done nothing. She was launching her OnlyFans account to reclaim control of her narrative. And we were wondering, because she was being very vague, well, what's this OnlyFans account going to be? Because she was known as the girl that likes to get naked. She's 52 now. What are these pictures going to be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I actually went on OnlyFans yesterday because I found out you can do it for free, and have access to her page. Let me see. Do I have it up here? Because I thought I had it up and ready to go. Because I wanted to. Okay, yeah, here it is. So she had 18 posts as of yesterday. It looks like she still does. And they're posts like of her out in the field with a little shoulder strap off of her shoulder. And then there's one. Remember, because she was going to show like her more real side because she has friends that like to be naked, but she's not naked. There's one in a porch swing, but she has little shorts on and a smile. Let's see. There's it. Where's the one that? Oh, this one has a caption. How's this for some mystery? And all you see, it's like from top of the boob up, and she's clearly wearing like some sort of negligee. Or the idea here is, in order for me to truly open the post and see what else, that's where they get you. That's where you have to pay.
Gotcha.
And each one of these has a different price tag on them. Yeah, it's like so you can send a tip for some, but if you want to open it, like this one, the how's this for some mystery with the negligee? That's $20 if I want to open it.
Jesus.
And see what else is in there. Yeah.
And
she's getting like,
I don't know the OnlyFans price, so that just seems expensive for a nudie pic.
I mean, that's what they're doing. That's all.
This one, it's just her. She posted 18 pictures. This one is just her standing somewhere outside, and she's just smiling. And it says, all your love and support means the world to me. And it got 2,800 likes. So that could be from anybody. I could like it, because I'm not a member of it. But Jeff, you were saying yesterday, she's going to make a ton of money just on the rollout, just the curiosity.
Yeah, I mean,
who knows? what's behind it.
Yeah, you see people a lot of days. I mean, again, I haven't ever been on OnlyFans either, but you see people promoting their OnlyFans on YouTube, on all social media, stuff like that. So you kind of understand the content. I mean, what they're doing is teasing you to entice you to what? Push more buttons, pay more stuff. Right. That's the goal. I mean, we're in the same industry. You know, Kyle wants to take his clothes off all the time. I don't. Think
I do.
Yeah. So, but I mean, but
I didn't know this. I like staying warm.
But I mean, it's very common these days, especially with these a lot of things that are going on the internet. So.
And the thing is, then it becomes like, what is she? Is she in it for the long haul, or for what was it for 1 or 2 big days? Because if you pay $20 to see the full spread of her in this negligee and there's nothing there, then you're done with her. You're not coming back. So that would be how you build long-term content. Is whoa, she's actually showing me something, and then people would pay more. I'm not going to pay $20 to see whatever's there, but that's the gimmick. And then I'm waiting to see the leaked reviews.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they're going to be leaked soon. Somebody's going to get a hold of these.
I'm watching it. Believe me, we'll have the
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP. MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you, all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. If you've never heard of microseal, let me tell you what it isn't. It is not a really small marine mammal. Get it? A microseal? Oh, fine. Just ask AI. AI describes microseal this way, with a bunch of AI words. Microseal is a premium, eco-friendly, and biodegradable fabric protection spray that penetrates deep into fibers to provide permanent stain, soil, and sun fade resistance for rugs, furniture, and delicate fabrics. It uses nanotechno blah blah blah, and blue 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 blue. What AI is trying to say is that microseal is non-toxic, non-allergenic, safe for pets and children, and, although AI doesn't say this, it should, you need to contact a longtime maggot Joel from AdvantageSteam.com right now to get him to apply microseal for you. You can even make appointments online at AdvantageSteam.com. We've had microseal for years at Williams Manor, and it treats a lot more than carpets. Microseal protects virtually all fibrous materials, including wool, cotton, silk, suede, leather, and synthetic fabrics. It protects upholstery, carpets, rugs, draperies, and clothing, including wedding dresses. And ladies, you're going to need what? 3 or 4 of those in your lifetime. And it protects against stains, moisture, and UV degradation without changing the texture. Also, if you're an interior designer, Joel has a special program just for you, and all you have to do is say the password, which is what? What? There's no password, I guess. Never mind. Whoever you are, contact Joel at AdvantageSteam.com. And if you're an interior designer, tell him, I guess. I don't know. That's AdvantageSteam.com, where you'll learn more about microseal and everything else that Joel offers. At AdvantageSteam.com. That's AdvantageSteam.com. AdvantageSteam.com.
If the daily episodes of America's RADcast leave you thinking, I want more of Rob ranting about stupid people, government overreach, and how the body positivity movement has led fatties to being proud of their cholesterol levels being above those of a sloth who thinks rolling over while sleeping is a form of exercise, then we've got just the thing for you. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, stick around right after America's RADcast and enjoy Rob's soapbox. You can listen to the absurdity, passion in his voice, and you can watch to see when that vein on his left temple tries to run and make a break for it. Rob's Soapbox. It's for people who know they're right, but need someone to tell them why. Listen or watch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning right after America's RADcast. Only at theradnetwork.com.
It's that time of the year again, spring cleaning time. Much like New Year's resolutions, spring cleaning is something we swear we're going to get to and then we never follow through on. And one of the reasons is how overwhelming it can be. You start to clean up, and then pretty soon you realize you have way more trash than you can just throw into your bins and put at the curb for the garbage company. You have enough junk that you need to make a half dozen trips to the dump, and then you go, oh, we don't even own a truck. Nor do you have the time or the energy, so you just say screw it again and no spring cleaning. So this year, call my man Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong on purpose. It makes him stand out. Plus, it makes you think of chocolate milk. QUIK Dumpsters.com. Quick Dumpsters, QUIK Dumpsters.com is their website. Corey and his team came to my house recently, hauled away dozens of boxes filled with just stone-cold trash, unusable and worthless old vacuum cleaners, appliances that couldn't be fixed, and just random crap from around the house. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is QUIK. We're in and out of my place in less than 30 minutes. They checked in with me multiple times to make sure they were taking the right stuff. They were friendly, kind, professional, and finished off the job by making the house cleaner than when they started. And this may be the best part. Quotes are free, and you don't even have to have them over to your house where you get the little sales pitch and all that. Just send them some pics or videos. You get your price, schedule your day and time, and you watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Basically, you have no excuses other than your own laziness. Go to QuickDumpsters.com. That's QUIK Dumpsters. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick, QUIK Dumpsters.com.
Welcome back to America's RADcast. It's Rob, Kyle, sometimes this guy named Jeff, and whoever is desperate enough to join them. Call the show at 888-587-5355. And remember, you can watch or listen to everything anytime at theradnetwork.com.
About 20 minutes away, new soapbox drops. It's Friday morning. That'll be at the radnetwork.com. 11 a.m., the Rob and Steve sports show. We've got baseball news, but also basketball and hockey playoffs begin this weekend. We are less than a week away from the NFL draft. That all comes up on the Rob and Steve show, 11 a.m. We do it every day at 11 until 1, and you can watch it anytime you want afterwards at theradnetwork.com. Right now we have news from Florida.
We are never living, visiting, passing through, or even thinking about Florida ever.
Obviously, crazy things happen, and people are crazy everywhere, but it seems like everybody in Florida is crazy, and crazy things always happen there. Starting in Largo, Florida, where this past Sunday, it's 3:23 in the morning. Right away, you know this is not going to go well.
Yep, this already, I can smell the meth in this story already.
42-year-old David Stinson was at his sister's residence, 3:23 in the morning Sunday, so after Saturday night. And he decided to call an Uber so he could go home to Largo. Okay, so you're in an Uber at 3:23 in the morning. Somewhere during the ride, the conversation between Stinson and his driver drifted into politics and religion.
Oh, the best kind. Oh, boy.
I'm guessing that Stinson, the passenger, is the one that started the conversation, too. Just based on what I know, knowing the end of the story. Things escalated quickly when Stinson, the passenger, found out that his driver was an immigrant, and Stinson said, quote, "Go back to your own country," end quote.
Lovely.
Nice.
That's a great comment.
The driver, I mean, all this stuff is filmed. It's recorded, audio, video, etc. The driver, level of composure, pulled over and asked Stinson to get out of the vehicle before driving away. He did. Stinson did. He got out.
That's polite.
Okay. And then as the driver was driving away, Stinson, the passenger, he pulled out a handgun and started firing at the car as it was driving away.
Oops.
One bullet made contact traveling through the back of the car and into the interior right passenger seat area. The driver is fine, although feared for his life. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office arrested Stinson and hit him with charges of shooting into an occupied vehicle, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, etc. No mention of meth, but it is Florida, and there was something wrong, obviously.
No attempted murder charge, huh?
No, I mean, let's say, back driving. Yeah, I mean, you could have done that. This could be shooting into an occupied vehicle and aggravated assault. Could be this is what we know we're going to get. Whereas when you're just randomly fired at a vehicle driving away, can you prove intent to murder?
Okay. Yeah. I guess it gets a little dicey in there. Yeah. Good point. Okay,
it does.
Thank you.
It gets dicey, and it gets not a criticism. It gets boring because it's like the cops are first to charge, but then the district attorney comes in and says, we're going to escalate this. We're going to make so they might go to attempted murder if the DA thinks that they can get into it. All right, back to a different part of Florida. Oh, this is a fun story out of Northwest Florida that's turning heads. Started as somebody falling off their bike, always funny, on a quiet residential street, but it ended up with a woman facing felony charges.
Oh.
Incident happened Tuesday. It's in Fort Walton Beach, which is a coastal city along Florida's panhandle. Deputies from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office responded to a scene that was, as they say, both alarming and baffling. So a woman falls off her bike. She's like in her 50s, I think, based on what I saw with the picture, because they don't say in the story. So she's riding her bike. She falls off it. Like I said, always funny, haha. Unless you're a small child, a little 3-year-old boy who was right there in the area, did what boys do, sees the woman on the ground, and runs over to her to make sure she's okay. Doesn't know her.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
No. See, this is kids. 3-year-old boy, 3-year-old girl. Oh my God, are you okay? Just runs over, trying to help her. In response, Miss Miller started throwing beer bottles at the child.
Jesus. This one definitely has meth in it.
Witnesses at the scene stated if the boy had not ducked, the bottles would have struck him in the head. She threw 3 of them.
What?
The empty beer bottles. This is what she's been, obviously, this is what she's been consuming while she's riding her bike, which is why she fell off her bike. And she still has the beer bottles, and she's
Jesus.
The child parents had witnessed, they were running to their child, and to the woman, so they saw everything. So did multiple residents in the surrounding area who saw what happened. All of them provided sworn statements to investigators corroborating the incident entirely, as they all had the exact same story. When investigators spoke with Miss Miller, she did have a reason for her actions.
Oh, okay. Let's hear this.
She thought she was being attacked by the 3-year-old.
Oh, come on. Really? That's oh my God. You know what? They always say that there's a saying out there. It's never okay to hit a woman. If I was the father of this child, she's getting knocked out.
Throwing empty beer bottles at your 3-year-olds?
Yeah. Oh, I'm coming swinging, and she's not waking up.
And I think the story takes a dramatic turn if one of those bottles hits the kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not saying that you wouldn't have those revved up emotions that you're describing, Kyle, just by having them thrown at your 3-year-old. If the bottle hits him, and everybody saw what happened. She fell, he runs over. He's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Then I think it escalates past whatever restraint the dad was showing. And the mom, too. I mean, Mama Bear is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would have gone through the roof had the kid been hit. And I'm not sure, by the way, that it's not even legal, again, back to the boring, legally somewhat justified because it's a form of self-defense in that the kid is helpless to defend himself, especially if he actually got hit. She thinks she's being attacked by the 3-year-old. Now, investigators did note that Miss Miller was unable to coherently explain anything, including what had happened or why she responded the way she did. Right.
I mean, falling off your bike is embarrassing enough. Just going.
Yes.
That's what I kind of picture is her just like sitting at a light and then her just falling over this way to the right. That's what I picture. It makes me laugh.
And then having all that alcohol in you and thinking that a 3-year-old and how much did she pregame before this bike ride?
Oh yeah.
I was nervous because I really thought you were going to say something bad about something like the 3-year-old got hit or got ran over or something like that. I was really nervous, but yeah.
Yeah.
People.
Now, the child was completely unharmed, at least physically. Who knows what he's going to take away mentally and emotionally, being afraid of bicycles and old women and beer. And they could have rung her up on, like, you know, the operating a vehicle. I mean, it is a vehicle on alcohol. They went to the more severe. She was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Whoa!
Because in Florida, it's a felony offense, and the classification stems from the nature of the act. Throwing a hard glass bottle at a person, most notably a child, can absolutely consist of the use of a deadly weapon, although a beer bottle in and of itself just sitting there is not considered a deadly weapon. When you pick it up and you throw it at a 3-year-old, it is. So they went with that. Poor kid. He's just trying to help.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't want to help people anymore.
Yeah, well, at least we know he won't be drinking as an adult.
Yeah. There is no doubt there's some type of effect that will have on that kid. Now, he may go the other way than what Kyle said. He may become a full-on alcoholic. You just don't know. A Largo man in Florida, the state of Florida, Largo man was pulled over by troopers on Wednesday after failing to maintain a single lane of travel. Trooper approaches the truck, and 55-year-old William Hicks said he was coming. He's the driver, coming from Pensacola after visiting his father. While standing outside of the vehicle, the officer who's only identified as Trooper Lewis, that was his last name or whatever, says that he smelled a faint odor of fresh marijuana emitting from the pickup's interior. Okay. Hicks was unable to provide proof of insurance or vehicle registration. At that point, in connection with the smell of the marijuana, the trooper asked him to step out of the vehicle as another Trooper Pierce, is arriving at the scene with his German Shepherd canine.
Perfect. Someone sniffing the car.
Trooper Lewis, he's the initial puller over, began conducting the routine traffic-related query while Trooper Pierce deployed canine Lobo around the outside of the truck and its trailer. And that's when the driver, Mr. Hicks, began to wander away numerous times, sit down in the grass, became very nervous and preoccupied with what Lobo the dog was doing. The Trooper Pierce, I'm sorry, no, the other one, Trooper Lewis writes, mounting anxiety added to my suspicion that a crime had been, was being, or was about to be committed, he wrote. After completing the canine sniff, Trooper Pierce notified Trooper Lewis Canine Lobo had alerted to drugs in the RV. They asked Hicks if there was a reason. Hicks paused and then said, no. So they opened the front door of the camper. They have due cause. That's all you need. The dog said, yeah, there's something going on here. And the troopers smelled a stronger odor of marijuana and saw several suitcases lying on the floor. They opened the second door. They found a stack of large plastic trash bags. Ultimately, they removed a very impressive-looking 15 large bags of marijuana from the front portion of the camper and 47 large bags and a medium-sized paper bag of marijuana from the rear of the camper.
All right. Somebody's probably going across state lines.
And when they stack it all up outside of the car, it's half the size of an SUV.
Look at that.
And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 columns of bags of marijuana. What is that, 3 feet tall? I love the shot, too, of Canine Lobo sitting right in front of it. Like, nah, look what I got.
Yeah, he's getting his publicity.
Look at all this. He's also getting a contact high, too, sitting that close to it. Each bag
Snoop Dogg
contained 20 or more 1-pound vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana. The total weight of the marijuana inside the camper was 2,025 pounds with packaging of the marijuana. And that's after the cops and Lobo took their cut. So
America's RAD Cast, only on the radnetwork.com.
Longtime maggots will remember Greg from MAP MAP, as in Maximum Athletic Performance, which guides you to better output through better ingredients, also known as nutrition. Greg has been on the RAD Show many times and will be again, as he simplifies nutrition and helps us all understand what actually works when it comes to fueling our bodies, almost all of which can be found at maptrition.com. Every product is formulated with clinical precision and backed by science and purpose, and maptrition.com has something for every fitness level, even those of us who barely have a fitness level. With nearly 20 years as a nutritionist and a specialization in sports nutrition, Greg works with athletes and everyday individuals to optimize performance, energy, and overall health through smarter fueling strategies, all of which starts at maptrition.com. At the very least, we should all be taking daily multivitamins, and Greg has his formulated for exactly what a man or woman's body needs. Protein is in, but maybe instead of getting yours from mac and cheese with extra protein, you get it from maptrition.com. And of course, all things workout, training, and exercise are available as well. From pre-workout to creatine and other muscle builders to recovery supplements and more, all at maptrition.com. From morning breakfast essentials to post-workout recovery and everything in between, maptrition.com's full range of supplements, proteins, and wellness products are built to power your journey from start to finish. Check out all the products and find what's right for you and order it shipped to you, all at maptrition.com. That's maptrition.com. Longtime Radvertiser Sue Berry, that's Berry with an A, is more important now than ever. Sue and her team have been serving Northern Nevada and the outlying areas for 30 years, and her experience in both commercial and residential lending is vital, as every day we're bombarded with news of interest rates, the market, the economy, and a bunch of other stuff that Sue can actually make sense of while everyone else's eyes glaze over. Now remember, it's Sue Berry with an A, B-A-R-R-Y, SueBerry.com. Most people think berry is spelled like a fruit or Halle Berry, but no, it's Sue Berry with an A, like soul singer Barry White's first name.
I've heard people say.
Stop that! Sue is a broker versus a retail lender, which means she can shop over 150 different lenders to get you the very best rate possible. And on average, someone who uses a broker like Sue saves over $10,000 per loan, which includes refinancing. And if you have a rate at 6.5% or higher, call Sue for a free quote now on a refinance. Sue Berry and her incredible team from Barrett Financial can be found at SueBerry.com. That's Berry with an A. I've been working with Sue and recommending her to you for years. All you need to do is call her now so she can get you pre-approved. Just call your residential and commercial lending expert, Sue Berry, at 775-843-9983. Oh, Rob, stop. You're going too fast. What was the number again? 775-843-9983. Or just head to SueBerry.com. The number's right there. Berry is B-A-R-R-Y. SueBerry with an A.com. That's Sue Berry, B-A-R-R-Y.com. SueBerry.com.
Disclaimer, Sue Berry, NMLS number 366040, Barrett Financial Group, LLC, NMLS number 181106, Nevada 5091, Equal Housing Opportunity.
It's that time of the year again, spring cleaning time. Much like New Year's resolutions, spring cleaning is something we swear we're going to get to and then we never follow through on. And one of the reasons is how overwhelming it can be. You start to clean up, and then pretty soon you realize you have way more trash than you can just throw into your bins and put at the curb for the garbage company. You have enough junk that you need to make a half dozen trips to the dump, and then you go, oh, we don't even own a truck. Nor do you have the time or the energy, so you just say screw it again and no spring cleaning. So this year, call my man Corey from QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is spelled wrong on purpose. It makes him stand out. Plus, it makes you think of chocolate milk. QUIK Dumpsters.com. Quick Dumpsters, QUIK Dumpsters.com is their website. Corey and his team came to my house recently, hauled away dozens of boxes filled with just stone-cold trash, unusable and worthless old vacuum cleaners, appliances that couldn't be fixed, and just random crap from around the house. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick is Q-U-I-K. We're in and out of my place in less than 30 minutes. They checked in with me multiple times to make sure they were taking the right stuff. They were friendly, kind, professional, and finished off the job by making the house cleaner than when they started. And this may be the best part. Quotes are free, and you don't even have to have them over to your house where you get the little sales pitch and all that. Just send them some pics or videos. You get your price, schedule your day and time, and you watch someone else get that junk out of your house. Basically, you have no excuses other than your own laziness. Go to QuickDumpsters.com. That's Q-U-I-K. Dumpsters. QuickDumpsters.com. Quick, Q-U-I-K Dumpsters.com.
America's RADcast continues next, only on the radnetwork.com.
Just a quick end of the week segment here as I start to look towards the next show. And you know, the sports shows at 11 a.m. Got to get that ready. But also, what do I need to do to get ready for next week? We were talking about, during health news, the study. It's been out for a couple weeks. Whose farts smell worse, men or women? And science says it's women, but men produce more. I don't know that we needed science to tell us that. But then a few people wrote in and said, hey, we're talking about foot fetishes and balloon fetishes. What about fart fetishes? Yes, it's a thing, as I mentioned. It's called a proctophilia. And so I've been trying to find the right way to present this next week. And I think I found it. I found a Q&A with a couple of men who have a proctophilia, which is the act of being turned on by farts.
Excellent.
That's different than scatology, like actually rubbing poop on yourself or whatever. And some of the questions they ask include: when did you first realize you had a fart fetish? Did you have a formative experience that you can remember that subsequently made you aroused by farts? So that childhood thing of, it was that time with Grandpa on the lake, and I suddenly. What turns you on about farts? How often do you participate in your fart fetish? How have you found partners who also enjoy participating in your kink? And what would you say people get wrong about farting fetishes? So I'll go through that Q&A and see what else we can find to add that to this very highbrow program that we continue to present to you daily at theradnetwork.com. See you Monday.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Talking poo is